Hello, everyone. Good day and welcome once again to the Delali Network. It's been a couple of weeks. We've not been live, but we are back like we never left. And today I'm bringing you another banger with one of our brothers and friends in Canada who has been rejected by US and the same Canada before, two times each. So in total, four rejections. But finally, he has made it to the dreamland, which is Canada. So he's here to share his story with us, the wins and the losses, so that my followers and my listeners out there will be able to gain more information and learn a thing or two from him. Good day, my good brother. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Sylvester. Let me use this opportunity to express our appreciation to everyone watching us around this time, whether from Ghana or whether from any part of the world. We appreciate their time, and once again, we thank them as well.
Okay. So, can you briefly introduce yourself to us? We want to know who you are. Yeah.
Well, like you mentioned, my name is Abdul Jalil Ahmed. Um, I come from Ghana, obviously,
Okay.
and I'm from Tepa. Alpha constituency in Ashanti region.
Okay.
So I started my basic school in Tepa, Tepa English and Arabic primary school. Then attended Tepa Experimental Junior High School. That is B. That's Experimental A.
Okay.
Then I continue at Tepa Senior High School. Then after Tepa Senior High School, I attended University of Ghana for my first degree. So this is it about my education background in terms of work. I've also worked as a journalist before, both radio and television. I started my radio career back in Tepa on Unity FM. I also worked for Group Indum in Accra on television as well. So it's been a couple of years working as a journalist. And before I even left Ghana, I also entered into Ghana Education Service and I served the service before departing Ghana for Canada.
Oh, so you were a teacher back home with the Ghana Education Service, if I get that right.
Yes, from 2018 to 2023, yes. For 5 years, I served the Ghana Education Service at Fomina Amas Senior High School, Adanse Fomina, and I handled Christian Religious Studies, CRS. So I was a CRS teacher, even though I'm a Muslim, but I handled CRS back at Fomina Amas. So I taught before I left Ghana.
Okay. Okay, I think we are facing some little challenges with the YouTube connection, but please manage for us. But I'm live on X, that is Twitter. You can just check the same handle, or Facebook, the same handle. That is the Delali Network. So if you're having challenges watching us on YouTube, you can just switch to X or Facebook because I'm streaming live across this other two platforms. Okay, so speaking about University of Ghana, what program did you study at the University of Ghana? And what GPA did you finish with? Like what
Okay.
class? What GPA? Yeah.
Okay, so before we delve into the conversation, uh, 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 I wanted to express appreciation to some people, but I'll reserve that when you are about to wind up. Then I
Okay.
express
Sure.
appreciation to
No.
a couple
Okay.
of people over here in
Okay.
Canada and back in Ghana.
Sure.
So I um, attended University of Ghana from 2008 to 2012,
Okay.
and I was given three subjects: that study of religions, Arabic,
Okay.
and sociology.
Okay.
So back in Legon, when you are given three courses or three subjects, it means you cannot drop one from level 100.
Okay.
So you handle all three courses in level 100. Then you proceed to level 200. You handle them when you are about to enter into your third year, then you drop one. Then you are left with two. So with the two, you can decide to do a combined major, or
Okay.
you can decide to major one and then minor one.
Okay.
So at level 100, I handle all three courses: that study of religions, Arabic, and sociology. Then
Okay.
I into level 200. I handled all three courses. When I was about to enter into my third year, I dropped the Arabic. So remaining sociology and study of religions. So I then decided to major the sociology and minor the religion. So
Okay.
sociology was my major and study of religions was my minor. And I completed with a GPA of 3.83, and I completed in 2012.
Oh, so you finished with the first class from the University of Ghana, Legon.
Yes, please. Yes, I did.
Okay. So back at that time, studying this particular course you mentioned, did you have any backlash, like, oh, whatever program you are taking, it wouldn't help you in terms of maybe the job market or proceeding in the future? If you can touch a little bit on that.
Well, I must say that for the backlashes, it came. We had a lot of criticisms. We had a lot of vilifications. Some decided to make mockery of us. Some decided to malign the courses that were given to us. I remember others were saying, "Why don't you attend teacher training college?" Because it was I don't want to use the words booming, but it was there back at that around that time. So people suggested that, well, you had good grades, so you could have attended teacher training college. Some also suggested that we should opt for nursing training.
Okay.
And so, like I mentioned, the backlashes or the criticisms came. But personally, I knew where I was going. I knew what I wanted for myself. Because, for instance, I applied to KNUST, and I was offered publishing studies at
Okay.
KNUST as a student from less endowed school. But
Okay.
I still didn't go in for the publishing studies at KNUST. I
Okay.
said, you know what? These courses that Legon has given me, I know what I can achieve with sociology. Because in sociology, I know there will be some component of criminology. In sociology, I know there will be some component of penology. So at the
Okay.
end of the day, I will have options around the same sociology. So I'm not going to drop these courses, or I'm not going to turn down the offer from University of Ghana. No, I'm not going to do that. What am I going to? I will pursue that. And then I decided not to go in for publishing studies at KNUST, but
Okay.
rather join University of Ghana amidst the criticisms, amidst those in quote negative remarks that were expressed or that were pronounced by people. But I did not allow that to sway me. I did not allow that to veer me off what I wanted for myself. So there were some remarks, negative pronunciations, negative, statements, but I did not allow that to eat into my head. I was focused. I said, well, you know what? I'll pursue what Legon has given me, and I know what is in there that can help me in the near future. So, like you asked, there were those remarks, but I stood firm. I was resolute.
Okay.
I was firm with my decision, and I pursued those courses at Eugene.
Okay. So talking about beginning your study abroad journey, was Canada your destination or a different country was your destination, but maybe things didn't work out and you decided to switch to Canada? If you can touch on that a little bit.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Um, I must admit, that's why in the beginning I said I wanted to express appreciation to a couple of people, but in the course of the conversation, they may spring up. When
Sure.
they come, as and when I will just be chipping them through. So, when I was at Legon, I knew for myself that I'll pursue international education.
Okay.
So I then said to myself that, you know what? Let me forgo all pleasures on
Okay.
campus.
Okay.
Let me forgo certain things and then pursue the GPA. After pursuing the GPA, I know I will travel abroad, but I don't know where I will be.
Okay.
But definitely, I'll study abroad. I had that intention. That was clear. That was clearly defined. That was clearly stated in
So,
my mind.
so honestly, that intention helped you clock that high GPA of 3.8 after having that.
Exactly, exactly,
Oh,
exactly,
okay,
exactly.
okay,
That's intention, that aspiration. And like, let me chip in this. I have this senior brother who is now a associate professor in the in the United States of America.
okay,
So he had completely gone
okay.
and left the shores of Ghana, and he had a first class. So let me acknowledge that some way, somehow, it also motivated me.
It had
It
an
gave me
influence
the,
on you.
yes, kind of. So it gave me the energy that if I put in the work, if I put in the effort, why not? I will also be able to pursue international education. So I then decided that let me run, or let me go after the highest GPA. When I
Okay,
get the GPA, why not? I'll get a lot of opportunities outside Ghana. So I wasn't specifically tilting towards a particular country.
country.
I
Okay,
must also admit that at that time at Legon, people had traveled to United States of America. So we had a lot of stories about United States of America. And at that same time, my brother was in US. So I was kind of trying to be US biased, but it wasn't only solely on United States of America. But I also didn't have, let's say, a particular country. I must go to, or I must travel to this country. No, I didn't have it. But for myself, I knew that if I get a good GPA, why not? I'll be able to pursue international education.
okay, okay. That's very, very relevant to hear. So if you are watching us now, we are live with our brother Ahmed, who has been denied 4 times, but finally got opportunity to be in Canada for his masters, and he's sharing his story with us. We just began our discussion, so kindly share the link on all our platforms and invite others to join. Someone who is discouraged, someone who has been denied multiple times, rejected, and feel that is the end of the road. Maybe his story might be a motivation to you. So please share the link. We have about 40 people watching us. We want more people to join us. So share the link and let other people to join. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's continue. So in which year did you begin your study abroad journey?
That's an interesting one, Sylvester. Okay, so um,
I have a follow up. So if you can quickly just answer this, then I'll
okay, okay.
continue.
Oh, so I started back in 2012. Yes,
2012.
2012. Yes,
Okay. In which year did you get opportunity to arrive in Canada?
I got the opportunity to arrive in Canada in 2023.
2023.
Yes.
So let's do the calculation.
Mhm.
2012,
Yes.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
22.
23.
Yes.
So you pursued study abroad for 12 good years before
Yes,
it
I did.
worked out.
Yes, I did.
Why did it take that long period? 12 years? Why? What happened?
So I cannot have a decisive answer. I'm a
Okay.
Muslim, and Muslims, we believe that our destiny is controlled by Allah the Almighty.
Okay.
But in as much as Allah controls our destiny, we also have that firm belief that you must put in an effort. The effort I did, the effort I ensured that I'll put it in. But to say, well, in those years that I got denied, reasons were given. So when reasons are given, it is up to you to make sure that you meet those criteria, or you meet those reasons based upon which you have been denied. Because it cannot be out of order that you'll be denied and you wouldn't be told that, oh, you need this, you need that to improve your application.
Yeah, right.
So let's start from 2012. um I hope I can veer into that. Or
Sure, sure. You can.
okay, so 2012, whilst wrapping up on my first degree back at UG,
Okay.
University of Ghana, i I started putting in place application or the necessary
To which
preparations
country? To which country?
to United States of America.
Okay.
Okay, so I started putting in application. I started putting together my thoughts and my plans, because United States of America back then, we used to have this GRA, GRE, graduate
Record examination.
record examination.
Yeah.
Yes. So I knew that I had to take that exams.
Oh, so you even took the GRE?
Yes, I took GRE. So, interesting enough, on the day that Malcolm collapsed in Accra, if you recall, 2012, I
Yeah.
think that was around 7th November. That was the day that I sat for my GRE.
Oh,
That
wow.
was the exact day that I sat for my GRE. So when I completed Legon, then I started fishing for schools. Then I got SDSU, South Dakota State
Okay.
University, and
Okay.
that one also. Let me acknowledge as a senior of mine, Dr. Adams Kusiapia. He's now a PhD holder in the United States of America. He got to SDSU, South Dakota State University.
Okay.
Then I got to know that, well, there's a school in the United States of America known as South Dakota State University. So let
Okay.
me try there. I tried. I sat for the GRE. I passed, and then I put in the application. Fortunately for me, I got admission, but did not land funding.
Okay.
Yes, so I got admitted. So the journey or the story was now between myself and the U.S. Embassy in Accra. So
Okay.
then I attended the interview in 2013. It didn't work out with
Okay.
South Dakota State
That
University
is with no funding.
with no funding. No,
But you wrote the GRE, and
yes,
according to you
I sat
passed.
for GRE.
So
Yes.
what happened? Like what happened?
Well, I think
Will you
around
say
that
will you
time,
will you say you were not too strategic enough during that period, even though as
yes,
you wrote the GRE?
I cannot rule that one out.
Okay.
I cannot rule that one out. I think around that year, the funds or the money for funding weren't enough. So
Okay.
it was kind of bit.
Okay.
You get it.
Yeah.
So even though it could be that I wasn't strategic enough, but that cannot be the sole or the entire reason.
Sure.
Yes.
You're right.
So there were other factors in terms of funding allocation for the department.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
Yes. So I did the application. I got admitted. It got between myself and the embassy, U.S. embassy in Accra.
Oh,
And
so hold on. When you got only that first admission, you didn't try to like pursue other options for like other schools.
no, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
But yes, that's one thing that as the conversation progresses, I'll be talking about that. That people shouldn't be relying on one school. You shouldn't be
Okay.
doing that.
Okay.
Probably you can spread your tentacles. You can spread your search, and
Okay.
that will help you.
Okay.
So, like you asked, I didn't look elsewhere.
Okay.
I focus only on SDSU, South
Okay.
Dakota State University,
Okay.
and I I didn't get the visa. I was denied a visa, even though I had the admission. So after being denied, it didn't end there. I pursued again with the same SDSU because
Okay.
I go back to the school and the school said, well, your admission is still intact.
That.
The admission, they haven't abrogated it. They
Okay.
haven't cancelled it.
Yeah.
You still have the admission. So probably it's not between yourself and the embassy. Maybe you can try and maybe you may get it.
And
So
why didn't you create a case that okay, you went the first time and you were denied, and you have the GRE which you also added to your application? Why don't they make maybe some allocation for funding for you? Or is it that the second time too, funding wasn't available for the department during that period?
okay. So the point is that funding was there, but even with my 3.83 and the GRE, these two weren't things, they weren't kind of a guarantee
Okay.
because someone may also be having 3.85 or 3.90. It is when it comes to international education or application for international education, it is not only you that is pursuing that. We have other colleagues from other parts of the world that are also what pursuing the same school, pursuing the same department that have also put in application with the same sociology department. So
Okay.
you may get 3.83, you may have sat for GRE, but you are in a pool, you are competing with other people, other colleagues from different parts of the world. Am I making sense,
Yeah,
please?
yeah, with other solid credentials as well.
Exactly. And so they made it clear to me that I'm not the only one looking for funding. You understand? We are many. So my thought was, then I have to go for another interview with the same school, with the same what embassy.
Okay.
Then I tried for the second time and I got denied
Okay.
with US.
Okay.
Okay. Now we are still looking for schools.
Okay. So
Then
after you got denied a second time, why didn't you give up?
no, Sylvester, in the beginning of this conversation, I made it clear that back at University of Ghana, I told myself that I'm pursuing or I'm going after a highest GPA because I want to pursue international education.
Okay.
I want to learn or I want to attend school beyond the shores of Ghana.
Okay.
So if SDU, I've gotten an admission, I've written GRE, it means the GPA is still strong. But maybe I have to put in one or two things to meet the criteria of the embassy.
Okay.
So that shouldn't be the stopping point, or that shouldn't discourage me
Okay.
from traveling outside the shores of Ghana to pursue education. So I
Okay.
said to myself, no, I am not relenting.
Okay.
No, I am not backing off.
Okay.
I'll continue. Then came in the story of Canada.
Okay.
And
So the US rejection actually, that's the two rejections, actually made you redirect your focus towards Canada.
towards Canada,
Okay.
yes. And before even coming to Canada, I tried Commonwealth Scholarship, UK.
Okay.
Commonwealth, I got to the last, but I was in the process. But let's say eventually I didn't get the Commonwealth Scholarship.
Okay.
But I pushed to the highest of my ability, but I did
Okay.
not get it.
Okay.
So I pursue Commonwealth Scholarship in UK, and I also tried Mundus.
Okay.
I also tried Mundus Scholarship.
I think Mundus is in Hungary, right?
Yes, it's around the European countries and
Countries.
beyond, Erasmus Mundus. So
Okay.
when you are awarded a scholarship, it could be, let's say, 3 institutions hosting you. So
Okay.
you will go here, you learn, you move to the other university, you learn, you go to the other university, you learn, two
Overnight.
or three universities. Yes. So
Okay.
I try with Mundus, I didn't get. Then the story of Canada came in.
Okay. So with the story of Canada, were you just doing some searches, or you came across someone along the line who also helped you that, okay, why don't you look at Canada instead of focusing your energy on the US?
Okay.
You can take
So
that.
like I did say, beginning the program, that um there are a lot of people that I have to express appreciation to because they've helped me
Sure.
in
Sure.
in coming to this far.
Getting to the end of our discussion, you'll be given
Exactly.
to
But
do.
as and when I'll chip in the name.
That's fine.
So at this juncture, I have to also mention a name,
Okay.
and that's my cousin.
Okay.
Wherever he is, um, I appreciate all that he's done for me. So now the story of Canada started with my cousin.
Okay.
So my cousin got the opportunity to come to Canada. When he got
Oh,
here,
okay.
he told me that, well, there's this school in Canada, and with your GPA, and he had a bigger GPA. His was around 9.3.993 or 95,
Okay.
thereabout. So he said, with your GPA, why don't you try it? Try and let's see. Probably things may change because you've tried United States of America, and why not? Things could change for you in Canada, and I pursue that. So it, let me put it this way: for Canada, I did not do the search.
Okay.
Yes, I got to know the school via my cousin.
Okay. And did you apply to only that school, or you applied to other schools in Canada as well?
Yes, I know. Interesting question. So the same thing I did, like I did with United States of America, SDSU in Canada. The same thing I did.
So should I
I
say you didn't learn a lesson from what happened for the US journey?
well, it
Because
wasn't.
you applied to only one school in the US,
Yes,
no funding, you got denied two times. And through the intervention of your cousin, you got to know a school in Canada.
yeah,
So at least give you opportunities? Why didn't you apply to multiple schools? Or you had that goal that no matter what, with this school in Canada, I am getting in and I am going to be fully funded.
Okay.
Yeah.
So um that's an interesting one. So it isn't that I did not learn from the US experience. No, I learned. But the point is that with the Canada, after reading the application requirements or after reading the school requirements, I realized
Before you even continue, what is the name of your school so that I'll just search it and display it for our.
okay, the school is University of Manitoba, please.
Okay, so you can continue with the discussion. I'll
Okay,
bring
so
it up.
after reading every the bits and pieces about the entire application process, I realized that well, I have to spread my search. But with this school, if I put in the maximum effort, I'm sure I will get it. I'm sure admission wouldn't be a problem. And also, maybe the visa process may not be a problem. I may be wrong though. Let me put it that way. I may be wrong. Yes, but that was the gut feeling I had at that time. And like I acknowledged some few minutes ago, I said that it is one of the things that I'll be telling people that they shouldn't be focusing on one school.
Okay, so
They
please,
should
before
spread,
you, I'm
they
coming.
should expand their search enough. Yeah.
So before you continue, quickly, this is the University of Manitoba graduate and postdoctoral website. So how did I just identify it? So quickly, just type University of Manitoba graduate programs in case you're interested in masters or PhD. So just type Manitoba, University of Manitoba graduate programs and you search for it. The first link that pops up is the website for the graduate school. As you can see, Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies. And they have what? Over 150 graduate programs, that is masters and PhD. So over 150 of them, you can see them here. Agribusiness, animal science, anthropology, applied health sciences, architecture, biochemistry and medical genetics, biological sciences, biomedical engineering, biosystems engineering, business administration, chemistry, city planning, civil engineering, classics, community health sciences, computer science, curriculum teaching and learning, dentistry, design and planning, disability studies. I am currently taking this program here, disability studies, if you're interested, earth science, economics, education, educational administration, foundations and philosophy, and psychology, sorry, electrical and computer engineering, English, entomology, environment and geography, finance, fine art, food science, French, genetic counseling, geography. In fact, I cannot mention all because we have like a whole lot of programs arranged alphabetically. So as you see, as I am scrolling down, like a whole lot of programs. And you say your program is Masters in Sociology and Criminology, right?
Yes, masters in sociology and criminology.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that should be around the S column, if I am right.
Yes,
Sociology.
sociology. Yes, that should be around the S column.
Okay, let me just look for it before we proceed with our discussion. Sociology. Okay, so load more results. Sociology. Okay, S column. Okay, so MA Sociology. This is it, right? Can you see
Yes,
the screen? Okay.
yes, I can see your screen. Yeah.
So the reason why I'm just taking my time to open it is because we'll be looking at the requirement so that anyone with your background or something similar who is interested to apply can
Hmm.
quickly check them out and apply. Okay, so let's continue with our discussion.
All right.
Please,
So, um,
before you continue, if you have any question for our guest, just leave it in the comment section for me. Or when it's time for the questions, I'll circulate the link around. You can join us live and ask your question. And don't forget to share the link to invite other people to join. Let's continue, Ahmed.
all right. So, like I mentioned, it wasn't that I didn't learn. I
Okay.
learned, but after reading the application requirements, what entails in the application guidelines, I told myself I had that gut feeling that if I put in the needed work, the needed effort, why not? I will be able, or this time around, it could work for me. I may have been wrong though, but like I pinpointed, I'll be advising people that they shouldn't do that. They
Okay.
shouldn't chart that path like I did.
Okay.
So that was why I didn't try other schools, but
Okay.
focused solely on University of Manitoba.
Okay. So the program you also applied to, it like fit into your profile perfectly, if I am right.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. So before you applied to University of Manitoba, I am pretty sure you checked the requirement. Were you required to like secure a supervisor before you apply, or you
No,
just proceeded to apply with any
as at
contact?
that time, no.
Okay. As at that time, no.
Yes, I don't know if things have been modified or
Okay.
things
So,
have
so
been
I'm
altered.
currently on their website now. Let me
Yes,
go to
other
the
than
website.
that, as at that time, in
Okay.
2015, 2016, when I was doing my first application, no, you need not to contact a supervisor or a professor before you be admitted. No.
Okay. So I'm just currently at the admission requirements now.
Mm.
So it says the following are minimum requirements to be considered for entry into the program. Meeting this requirement does not guarantee acceptance into the program. So admissions decisions are based on the qualifications of the applicant as well as the ability of the Department of Sociology and Criminology and the University of Manitoba to serve the applicant's intended program of study and area of specialization. To be considered for admission to the MA Sociology program, an applicant would be expected to have either of a pre-master's year of stipulated courses following a 3-year BA or a 4-year advanced BA in sociology or equivalent, or a 4-year honors degree or equivalent in sociology or a closely related cognate field that includes substantial sociology content and a strong foundation in sociological research methods and theory. A minimum GPA of 3.25 in a substantial number of courses in sociology. Okay, the English language is not compulsory because it's waived if you're a student applying from Ghana and other countries as well. So you can double check that. Then how to apply? Application fee non-refundable. Let me see how much is the application fee at the moment. Okay, so this is the application fee 130 Canadian dollars for
Mhm.
international students.
Yeah.
So international students 130. So let's come back. Then unofficial copies of transcripts and degree certificates. So you can use your unofficial copies of your transcript and your degree certificate. Then you need a statement of intent, and they have guidelines for writing your statement of intent. When you click on it, you see this PDF here shows the guidelines. What should I be trying to achieve in my statement of intent? How long should my statement of intent be and how should I frame it? What kind of information should go into it? So before you draft your statement of intent or your statement of purpose, you have to check these requirements very well before you go ahead to put in your application. If not, if you apply blankly, you might end up getting denied. Then two letters of recommendation must be requested from within the application, proof of English proficiency if required. But most applicants from Ghana is waived for us. Countries exempt, as you can see, Ghana is right here. Ghana, Nigeria, New Zealand, Namibia, Malawi, Liberia, Lesotho, Trinidad and Tobago, US, Zambia, Zimbabwe, a whole lot of countries here. So if you are from any of these countries, you don't need an English proficiency letter. Then let's see. Okay, so they didn't even mention that you should contact any supervisor before you apply, and they said the applications are reviewed on rolling basis. They open July 1st of year prior to start term, and the deadline is January 8th. Oh, so you can actually apply for fall 2026. That is
Yes.
next year September. Now the deadline is January 8th, as is stated here. So if you are looking at this program and you qualify, I advise that double check the requirement and put in your application. And I also noticed they have areas of study for the department. So these are the areas of study. Let me quickly read it out before we even continue with our discussion. So that if you're applying, you can just double check that. Oh, where did I saw this somewhere. Just comment. Let me just see if I can identify this. Okay, let me go back. Sociology. Okay, I know what to do. Sociology. in U of M. So it just takes me directly to the department. Um, so programs of study. Okay, so Masters of Arts. Sorry for the delay. We'll continue the discussion. I'm just trying to make things clear to all our listeners and followers before um, we proceed. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. I want to just highlight. Okay, let me see if I can highlight this. Oh, I can highlight it. Okay. So our department offers specialized training in one, criminology and social justice, two, culture and social relations, three, population health and wellness, four, power, privilege and resistance, five, global sociology, social policy and social change. So Ahmed, are you specializing in one of these areas?
Yeah, criminology and social justice.
Or
Yeah.
which is the first one?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So in drafting your SOP, did you state that clearly that you wanted to be in this specialization, or after you were admitted, that is when you were given this specialization?
Yes. In drafting my SOP, I did indicate that. Yes. I indicated that I want to pursue criminology. You know what? Um, I I had been motivated by my late professor, Professor Christopher Bochi of the Department of Sociology at the
Okay,
University of Ghana,
okay,
of blessed memory. So, um, back in undergraduate, I took a course known as penology. It looks at how punishment is given to people,
okay,
how punishment is instituted in society.
okay,
For instance, why is it that there are instances where people even cry for justice that, oh, someone will go and steal plantain, the person will be given 10 years. Someone will steal $100 million, the person will be will be given 1 year in Ghana. I don't know whether you've come across such narrative before.
yeah,
People,
I've seen a lot of those narratives
yes,
on our
people have
social.
been expressing concerns about that. So
Okay,
penology looks at how punishment is, instituted in society. And
okay,
as part of the course, we went to Insawan prison and get to know that in prison, in the prison institution, we have the maximum and the minimum prison. So the
okay,
minimum prison are these, like for instance, Ghana, I know the minimum, the one in Sunya is minimum, but
okay,
for Insawan prison, it's maximum.
okay,
Maximum is where they have these CCTV cameras, they have a lot of personnel, they have a lot of other things that meet the criteria to be known as maximum security. And as
okay,
part of penology, we went to Insawam. So when we got to Insawam and we heard some of the stories, I got touched and said, no, I have to pursue criminology. I
okay,
have to look at criminal justice. I have to look at how punishment is instituted in society.
okay,
That's why in some advanced countries, when you go there, they have parole and other other policies or other um, areas that look at how people are punished
okay,
when they affront the law, when they go against what has been instituted to guide human conduct and human behavior.
okay,
So, as this penology course, plus we going to Insawam to have an experience of what people are going through in Insawam maximum security, motivated me to take up the challenge of reading criminology in future.
okay.
So, as part of my SOP, I detailed all this into it, and
As
clearly
you spoke about your visits to these
I
prisons.
spoke about penology, how I even I had a plus in penology because
Yeah.
I dedicated a lot of effort, a lot of time into reading the course.
Okay,
And I tell you, the Professor Christopher Abochi, whoever has come across Christopher Abochi will tell you that he will make you love the course. He will make you understand practically what entails in penology and any other course that he taught back at Legon. So
okay,
I emphasized all this in my SOP that I want to pursue criminology in
okay,
master's or as part of my master's program.
okay. Uh, I don't know if I've lost him. Uh, just give me some few minutes. Let me try and reconnect with him. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I'm
Okay.
here. I'm here with you.
Okay. So in preparing your application package and ensuring that you met the requirement and so that you don't get denied, because you wouldn't say it's because of only the 3.8 or the first class, that is why you got in. What are the exceptional things you cooked into your application which you felt confident that, oh, this one, when the admission comes, when the decision comes, I'm going to be admitted, so
Well,
that when
for,
people are also preparing, they can also look at incorporating some of these things into the application packages.
okay. So the first thing after getting to know the institution, that is University of Manitoba,
Okay.
I went straight to the website like you just did.
Okay.
Then found myself at the page of the Department of Sociology and Criminology. So
Okay.
I went in there, master's graduate. So first of all, I'll go to U Manitoba the CA. I'll search for graduate courses. Go to sociology and criminology. When I went there, I searched for um, admission requirements and I read thoroughly. I did a painstaking job in reading the application guideline, in
Okay.
reading the application procedures and processes to
Okay.
know what they want. The PDF that you open that was talking about how you should go about your SOP, statement of purpose, statement of intent. I make sure that I read it entirely, thoroughly, and understand what they want in my SOP.
Is it not this one, the one I just shared right now?
Yes,
Guidelines for writing the statement of intent for graduate
intent,
studies.
yes, whether statement of purpose, some will call SOP, some will say SOI. So I make sure I read this thoroughly. I read it with the critical of attention.
Okay.
I read it with the critical of detailing that it entails or it needed.
Okay.
And based on that, I crafted my SOP. After crafting my SOP, I ensured that at least two people will go through for me. Or was it? It wasn't even more than two. More than two people. I recall either two or two. It wasn't one person. It
Okay.
wasn't one. It was more than one person. Yes, that's I don't. That cross-checked for me. That
Okay.
also read it for me to ensure that at least I'm on track. Aside me doing my own work to see whether what I've written is making sense or it's not making sense. Whether it is convincing enough, whether it has the needed input. That when it is put before any admission committee, they will
Oh,
read.
so even upon all your first class, you still consulted and ensured that other people had a look into what you've done again
Oh
before you start.
yes, oh yes, I did. Oh yes, I did. I believe in one thing that no one is the repository of knowledge. No one is the oasis of knowledge. No one can be the source of wisdom in this world. No one can be the source of knowledge in this world. So whereas you have you have written it, it is prudent enough for other people to also go through. That is why when you veer into journalism, they will tell you that if you're a reporter, when you write a story, you give it to your editor. Your editor will go through the story. We have another editor beyond your editor who also go through the story. Another editor before it appears on television or before it appears on radio or before it appears in newspaper. So I've inculcated that idea. I've inculcated those practices into my life. So when I because mind you, at that time I was also a practicing journalist. So after crafting my SOP, following those guidelines that you opened, I ensure that other people will go through the SOP for me to pinpoint where they may not have understood one or two things, and
Okay.
it demanded clarity in plain language. I don't have to be beating about the bush. I have to go straight to the point and then explicitly state my ideas or why I deserve an admission into the program, which I did. So, like I told you, I had that feeling that when I put in the needed effort, when I put in the needed energy, it may work around this time. So after doing all this, I also ensure that all the materials that I'm going to provide to the department, they will be clear in terms of photocopies, in terms of whatever I'm supposed to get to back my application.
Okay.
It is the certificate that I have to make sure that I do a diligent work on it as in photocopy. You know, there are instances around those times you when you don't pay attention, people can mess up with your documents, you
Yeah.
understand? So I
Sure.
have to make sure everything is readable, it is clear that people can see and then read and interpret as part of the application process. But the major work engulfed around the SOP. For the SOP, I didn't joke with it because I knew that it is that SOP that is going to communicate my idea to the admission board or admission committee.
Okay.
I wouldn't be present, I wouldn't be having that chance to be available to answer questions,
Questions.
explain some aspect of it.
Yeah.
So avoid jargons. No, don't be using jargons. Use words that's so simple that can be under and that can be read and understood even when you are not available. You
Okay.
craft or provide statements that are verifiable enough to the extent that when those statements you are making in your SOPs are cross-checked against what you are presenting, it can be verified. It can be seen. For instance, I said, as part of the SOP, I said, well, I did this and that as part of my penology, which helped me to get A. Did he get A? Yes, he got an A. Okay, where is his transcript? Let's cross-check his transcript. When you take the transcript, the A is there for you to what? Verify and check.
Okay.
So these are some of the things I put in around this time.
I noticed that out of the requirements, there is no resume or academic CV. I don't know if it's not compulsory
Um,
because what I
I
can see is application fee, unofficial copies of transcripts and degree certificates, statement of intent, two letters of recommendation must be requested from within the application, then the proof of English language proficiency if required.
I stand to be corrected though, but I may have added a CV, yes, a resume. I may have added it.
Even though it's not mentioned, I think it's even good. It's still good to add it,
Oh
even though.
yes, yes, it's still good to add it. Yes, that's why I said I stand to be corrected though, but I may have added it because, like I told you, I knew what I was looking for, so I went to the extra mile. Yes, I went to the extra mile to ensure that the necessary documents are provided as
Okay.
part of the application package for the program.
Okay. So if you are listening to us now, we are live with Abdul Jalil Ahmed. He's a Master's of Sociology and Criminology student at the University of Manitoba, thesis based, and he's currently progressing on his studies. He has been rejected 4 times, actually, US 2, Canada 2, but finally, after 12 years, 12 good years, over a decade of trying, Allah has made it possible for him to get here and he's sharing his story with us. Share the link, invite others to join because the discussion just got very, very interesting. So, how did you navigate recommendation letters? Because a lot of prospective students are complaining about getting recommendation letters. How did you navigate that process of getting one?
You saw me laughing.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not laughing at the question, but I'm trying to recount the sort of ordeal I went through in order to get recommendation letter.
Oh, I see.
And let me seize this opportunity to tell whoever is watching me and pursuing undergrads in Ghana at the moment that, my guy, start visiting the professors, start going to them, start going to them. If you are writing, if you are someone who is doing a research, you have a supervisor, maintain that cordial relationship with your supervisor. And on this note, I will express appreciation to my supervisor at the Department of Sociology in University of Ghana, Professor Peace Mamle Tete, Professor Peace Mamle Tete, Prof. I appreciate you always. The recommendation letter that you gave me, Sylvester, it wasn't it wasn't an easy job for me to get recommendation letter. I have to
So
go there.
how did you navigate it so that maybe some people can learn from it? Yeah.
Sylvester, first of all, as part of the application process, recommendation letters are needed,
Yeah.
right? Now I have to go back to the department. Which department? Legon, sociology department. When I went for the first time, my like the professors, we it's unfortunate we got a good GPA, but we did not maintain that cordial relationship with our professors. Oh, I'm done with school, so that's enough. Let me go home. Let me go to my hometown. Let me go and do national service, and that's it. No, that's not the end of journey. Especially if you want to pursue education, you will need them. I'm not saying go and do any other thing apart from maintaining a professional relationship with them. So I went back to the department, went to my supervisor's office. She wasn't there. My professor wasn't there. My supervisor wasn't there. I had to go home, come back the following day, be at the department searching for my professor. I don't have her contact. I think I was even having an email. But you know Ghana how email works. Unlike this part of the world, you know Ghana how you may send an email and it will take a couple of before emails are responded. So I went back to the department. I I I I, I was visiting the department then and then until one afternoon. I was fortunate to have met my professor. So I went into her office. She saw me and was like, "Gentleman, I know you. How are you doing?" We exchanged pleasantries, and I told her my ambitions, my aspirations. And professor was like, "Oh, look, you don't have a problem. I'll do that for you. I'm happy you want to aspire. Oh, I'm happy you are aspiring to learn beyond the boundaries of Ghana. Why not? I'll write you recommendation letters." And because I passed through her, she supervised my thesis
Okay.
undergraduate. So she knew my academic abilities. She knew me beyond the books, beyond the classroom. She knew my strength. She knew what I could offer, what I could do. So she said, "Why not? I'll do that for you." And I provided her the email. She provided me with the email. I put it into the necessary things. The link was sent to her. She filled out the link and submitted it. So it wasn't easy for me. If I'm to recount or in trying to recall what I went through even before meeting her, it wasn't easy. So I'm telling those watching us now, especially if you want to pursue foreign education, if you want to pursue international education, and recommendation letters will come, definitely they will come. You can't run away, you can't evade that. Recommendation letter will come. Please start searching for those professors. They are important. So that is how I navigated through that. Yeah.
Okay. So after you submitted your application for the University of Manitoba, if you could remember, how long did it take for the admission decision to be made, and which year was that? If because according to your story, you spent close to 12 years
Yes.
pursuing study abroad before
Yes.
you finally got opportunity to come to Canada in 2023, if I'm
Yes.
right.
2023. Yes.
Yeah. So how long did it take for the decision to be made when you
Okay.
submitted?
So if I recall, my first application to the UFM was UFM is University of Manitoba. Was around 2015, 2016.
Okay.
Yes. So I made sure, like you read out, yes, the January 8th. I made sure, if I recall vividly, I submitted an application in December. Yes, in December, and somewhere around February, I got the admission offer, and then I accepted it. Yeah, so the admission came around February, March. Yeah, around February, March. Yes, the offer came around that time, and I accepted the offer. Yes. So from there, it now comes in between you and the embassy. Then I put in my application with them as well.
Okay, so after you received your admission, did it come with like funding, or it was just the raw admission that came?
Okay, okay, it came with funding.
Oh, so you actually got funded by the Department of Sociology and Criminology.
Okay, so there are these they have entrance funding that they give to students.
Okay,
I was fortunate to have had that one year, I recall, and
okay.
other funding as well. Yeah.
Okay, so like when the funding you had, was it like a full funding? Because those watching us now, some of them might be interested in applying to, because some of them might have a profile that fits into the program. So was it like a full funding, 70%, 80%, if you can clarify that?
Okay, so I don't know. I don't know how to put this. Like these were monies that can help you pay your tuition. You understand? Yes. Let me put it that way. These are monies that can help you pay your tuition because you are here to learn.
Yeah.
And the first thing, as part of your learning process, you have to pay for your school fees or
Okay.
tuition. And these are monies that can help you to pay for your tuition. Yes. So I don't know if it
So
falls
your
full
okay,
funding or if it falls
okay,
under partial, but I
okay.
mean, you'll be
So
able to,
your only focus was maybe just getting the living expenses,
yes, yes,
because at least what the department was giving you, including the entrance scholarship and the departmental offers, when you put everything together, it could pay for the tuition for the whole program of 2 years.
yes, exactly, exactly. Yes, you'll be good. Yes, you'll be good. Yeah,
Okay.
with
So
that
if
one.
you are listening to us now and you're interested in applying to the Masters of Art in Sociology and Criminology, please, University of Manitoba is the right school. I'm not saying other schools are not right, but in terms of funding, as he mentioned, he was funded. And I think aside him, there are other people in the department that are also funded as well. Just have a good GPA, and with the funding, you are going
Yes.
to get it. Sometimes you can get admitted, but you might not get the funding because of the GPA.
Thank you very much for
Yeah,
stressing that point for me.
talk about
Yes.
that. Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, the GPA is important. The
Yeah,
GPA, like he mentioned, that's why I mentioned earlier on that at undergrad, I said to myself that let me pursue, let me get a highest GPA, let me get a good GPA. I won't say 4.0, but let me get a good GPA. And with GPA, with good GPA, you'll be good. Even when you put in application into a lot of schools, you see the kind of outcomes that you will get.
yeah.
So it is very important. If you have the opportunity to pursue that now, just do that. If it is, let's say, if you are done with your program, then I don't know how that can work out for you. Maybe you may have to do worse evaluation and other things. But if you are watching us now and you are at Legon, KNUST, UEW, Amusted, UDS,
The training colleges,
please make sure that the GPA is important. Well, application processes entail a lot, but I'm telling you that for masters, for what I know, they have this minimum requirement for admission.
I think
It
even
is
your department says 3.25 when I
exactly,
read it out.
exactly. So it means that even before you'll be visiting your documents,
Yeah,
you
here
want to see
I've highlighted it.
excellent. A minimum of what?
3.25.
3.25.
Yeah.
So it means before we will even be tabling your name or listing your name, we want to see this 3.25. And let's say you have 2.0. So, but you have a good CV, you have a strong SOP, you have this, you have that. But where is the 3.25? You are hovering around 2.0. Should you be considered above someone who is having this 3.25? I can't say no, but I'm not sure that can happen. If you're having a strong SOP, you're having a good CV, but the GPA is 2.0, Sylvester, as against a person or as against an applicant who is having 3 point, let's say 3. So probably the 3.3 person will be looked at before it comes to your turn. So please put in an effort and get a good GPA. And for the good GPA, I'm not going to say, oh, get 4.0. No, I'm not going to mention anything. You know what is good for yourself. You know what is good. If you are at the university right now, you know what is good, because you will be going for the beaches, you will be going for the ninth class, you will be going for whatever you want, because you know whether it is good for you or not. So my word I'm using is get a good GPA. And for the good, I'm not going to define the good, because you are in a poor position to know what is good. Read around application processes and see what other schools are demanding beyond even University of Manitoba. Check other universities. Oh, so this one wants 3.0, this one wants 3.5, this one. So you at least get to know, you have a fair idea that, well, before they are saying that, let me get this 3 point something before they even what, look at my documents. I'm saying that, for instance, I cited this example once time that, okay, back at UG, some people had this convention. They had this thought that, oh, well, at the university, get connected, know people. Even if you don't get a good GPA, you are good to go. That's an opportunity you may have. But one can also decide to pursue a good GPA. Then I get the good GPA. They are looking for job. I apply for my first class. Even if I'm blockheaded, even if the person is dumb, before they realize this guy is dumb, the person may have used his first class to have entered that place before they get to know. But maybe you are not having that, so you may not even have the opportunity to enter that place for them to know, oh, this guy has something more than this first class guy. But because this first class guy is having his first class, he has even entered that place before they realize that he cannot do this. So please pursue the GPA if you have the opportunity. You may not understand now. You may not. It will appear like, why is this guy hallucinating? But at the end of the day, if I'm to tell you some of the convivialities, some of the things that accompany GPA, okay, that will be for another discussion someday.
So just to clarify, actually, we are not discouraging anyone who has a low GPA. And having a low GPA, you can't go and undo that already. But then there are other things you can do to strengthen your profile to ensure you get into some of the schools out there. For example, you can take the GRE exams, that is the graduate record examination. You can go and take on some research internships. You can do some teaching assistantship, volunteer jobs, like just do things related to your program to build your profile. Let there be evidence that your academic work only doesn't define you, but other things which are non-academic will help also strengthen your situation. So even if you have a low GPA, you can't go back to school and say you want to start over and get a very high GPA, but then putting some measures in place so that at least those other positives can cover up for the low GPA. And some of these schools, they are not only looking out for the GPA, but they're also looking at other aspects of your application, which are very strong, and you might get something out there. Okay, so let's talk about the visa application. Did you have any idea about how to put in the visa application, or because your cousin was there, he just guided you to?
Yes, I had guidance.
Okay.
I had guidance. Yes, I must be honest. I had guidance at that time. Yes.
Okay. So, in which year did you apply for your first visa for Canada?
2016.
2016.
Yes.
So,
2016.
did
Yeah.
you apply only with the funding letters and the admission letter, or you had to go and get a bank statement and those things? Because there is this belief that, oh, because you have funding, you don't have to add a bank statement to your application package. And what happened? If you can tell us about the first visa process.
Okay. So I went beyond the letters, the funding that I had.
Okay.
I added a bank statement, and I remember, yes, if I recall vividly, I added other documents, yes, but eventually I got denied. Yeah.
Oh, so your first visa application for Canada, even with your plenty funding, the visa officer still denied you.
Yes, I got
And
denied.
What was the reason? If
Okay, I recall, if I recall vividly, the officer advised that was it uh, okay, so there were two reasons for the two denials. One was uh, not enough funding, and one was not having a traveling experience.
that
So
was it for the first one or the second one?
that's what I can recollect because it's been like 2016.
So even
So
though one visa officer mentioned you were not having a travel experience, you
yes,
still eventually got the visa on the next trial without a travel experience.
yes,
So
yes,
as you can hear, even though an officer denied him because he wasn't having travel experience, another officer looked at his case when he reapplied and he got approved without having a travel experience. You can have tons of travel experience and they'll still deny you if you don't meet the requirement. Even though travel experience has some positive factors, it doesn't mean that automatically once there's travel experience, you are going to get it. Okay. So after you got denied, that was in 2016, right?
mm, yes.
What happened? If I were you, I would have given up because at
No,
least
I'm not giving up. I'm not relenting. No, I'm
I
not
got
backing off. No, if
US
I
two
back
denial,
off,
Canada two
if I
denial.
back off, I failed myself. Remember, I told you that back at undergrad, I told myself that I'm going to go after a strong GPA and study outside the shores of Ghana.
Okay.
So if I cede, if I admit, if I back off, then it means I've defeated my aim.
Okay.
I've
So
defeated my
so after,
aspiration.
so after the denial, did your department defer you or they had to ask you to reapply?
Oh
Can you
yes,
tell us the experience?
after the dinner, I go back to the department. I told the department that unfortunately, I did not get visa. They
Okay.
understood my situation, and I decided to do another reapplication. And
With
yes,
with 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 the same offer, like with the
yeah,
same
with the same, yes, with the
maybe
same offer,
an
with the
updated
same,
one or it
yes,
was still within that period.
yes, everything was intact for me, and I
Okay.
reapplied, and
And
still
you
I'm
mentioned
getting it.
that you still got denied the second time.
Yes, I got denied the second time.
What
Yes,
went wrong?
that's why I said two reasons. One was not in enough not sufficient fund,
Okay.
and no traveling experience. Yeah.
Okay. So you had to do a third application for Canada.
Yes, I had to do a third application for Canada. Yes.
The department still deferred you, or they had to ask you to put in a new application?
Okay. So that was I think 2017, 2018.
Okay.
So from that time, I didn't pursue Canada. No, I didn't. I didn't.
After the second denial,
After the second one,
you
I
gave yourself some time.
I gave myself some time. That was where I think Mundus also came in.
Okay.
Yes, and Germany. Yes, Germany also came in. I DAAD scholarship, that scholarship.
Yeah, I think that I think it's Germany also. Yeah.
Yes, Germany. Yes, Germany. That. So I tried that as well in between. So from 2018 up to 2023, then 2022, um, I I I said I want to try Canada again.
Okay.
And let me express appreciation to my younger brother watching us in the United States of America, Ibrahim. I had his support. I had the support of my wife, and I had the support of my cousin as well. And then I put in the application again, and by the grace of Almighty Allah, I had it this time around. So I started from 2022. Around this time, I remember I submitted my application in December.
Okay.
Then around February, I had the admission offer, and I accepted.
Oh, so that means when you reapplied for admission, the department still gave you the admission,
Oh
even
yes,
after pausing for like I think 2 or 3 years, and you
yes,
go
but
back and
you
apply.
know you have to put in and you have to submit your transcript, SOP.
So did you improve on the SOP or you just submitted the old thing you used?
No, I improved. I improved on the SOP because I recall even when I completed University of Ghana, when I was doing radio, um, at a point in time, I had this interest in certain kind of social issues that I pursue. So I inculcated some of these social issues into my SOP because they were kind of human centered, that
Okay.
were modern around punishment and those penology aspect, criminology aspect. So I inputted them and then submitted those documents.
Okay. So how long did the third application take before you heard from them? Like how long did it take?
From the school.
No, I mean the visa application you submitted.
So it took a while. It took a while. Other than that, per the plans, I was supposed to start in 2023 fall, but when the fall season, or when the fall period started, still decision wasn't out. So I had to wait. So it took a while before I heard from them, and then eventually got the visa and then left Ghana for Canada.
Okay. So, what were some of the other documents you also added to your visa application to make a good case after you were denied about two times? I believe you also tried to look at what were the reasons why they denied you. How best can I strengthen my reapplication this time around so that the officer wouldn't deny me? So, what were some of the positives you did in your final application, which you believed helped you get an approval after being denied two times?
Okay, so I knew from experience that this time around I had to be guided. I
Okay.
had to make sure that I do things thoroughly. I put in a painstaking effort. I put in a cautious approach
Okay.
into submitting the document. So I ensure that things that are supposed to be explained ought to be explained
Okay.
explicitly, and also documents that hitherto I did not include. This time around, I have to make sure I include them, and also even my status as marital status has even changed.
Okay.
Now I had a wife, I had kids. I have to make sure that um, they are all covered in my story. Um, some other items that I had, I provided all of them as well to establish ties between myself and my country. So I went beyond the ordinary. I must be honest. I
Okay.
went beyond the ordinary.
Okay.
Letters that I knew are supposed to be included to explain my circumstance, because it cannot be ordinary. It cannot be same old story. It cannot be those that previously you submitted. Then
Okay.
it means you are not making any difference. You are not making anything different from what they've seen previously.
Yeah.
What has changed? What has improved? Why are you coming again? Why are you here again? And in answering that, you have to make sure that you you convince the person to the brim, to the maximum. You
Yeah.
make sure that what you are going to put in front of the, and Canada is application. So what you are going to put in front of the person, you have indicated that, and you cannot run away from it. Never try to do that. You have been denied. So you are going to indicate that you have been denied. So, okay, when your application goes to the person will know that, oh, I'm handling someone whose application has been denied before. So, what is new? So, ask yourself first that if you were to be in the same position, this is the kind of question you ask: what is new here? Then the person will start scrutinizing your documents. So, you have to make sure that you don't leave anything by chance. Put in every new thing that has come. Explain yourself well on paper, whether in Word document or what, but explain yourself. Explain, give detail, get necessary letters, get necessary supporting documents that can indicate that there has been a change or there have been changes in your application, because you cannot do anything wishy-washy. You cannot present a half-baked story. You cannot provide something that is not encouraging. So I was guided by my previous experience going into the new application, and I ensure that whatever I am supposed to attain to make a credible case for myself this time around, I have to. Whatever letter that I have to get, whether from the department, whether from the school, whether from myself, whether from whoever is sponsoring me, if previously I didn't include those letters, I have to do those small things that I've been able to do in Ghana. I have documents to back them up. I have to present them that, well, look, within these years, this is what I have done,
Okay.
to show to the person that, well, after going through your documents, I can see that there has been significant changes, unlike the previous ones. So I did all those things, and by the will of Allah, it eventually materialized.
Okay. So, if you are listening to us now, I'm live with Abdul Jalilu Ahmed, a Masters of Arts in Criminology and Sociology student at the University of Manitoba. Two denials for US, two denials for Canada, but by the grace of Allah, he has gotten it on the third shot, and he's almost finishing his second year in Canada. So if you are watching us now and you are thinking of giving up, maybe his story could be a motivation for you. And who knows, it might work out for you during the fifth try, during the seventh, during the eighth, or even during the 10th or the 15th. In all, don't give up. So I've shared the links out for questions to be asked before we move on to the final aspect of our discussion. And I can see a lot of people backstage: Kelvin, Elvis, Steve, Nancy. So just hold on. I'll be bringing you guys on stage now so that you ask your questions before we proceed. And please, if you are looking for the link, it's on all my platforms, including the comment section for YouTube, X, and Facebook. So just look for the link, click on it, join us, and ask your questions. Or leave your questions in the comment section. I'll ask our guest, and he will respond to it. So, Kelvin, you are live on TDM. You can kindly unmute yourself, and if possible, you can turn on your camera and ask your question. Kelvin. Kelvin? Okay.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, Kelvin. Yeah.
yeah, so I'd wanted to find out about what he did specifically to improve his chances. I wanted to find out was in case of you being funded by someone, probably your father or something, is submitting bank statement and property document like lands and house enough and pictures of the house enough, or there are other things you have to do extra to put yourself in a position that you'll be approved? And what are the cases or reasons why some people are denied being sponsored by their parents?
Yeah. So, Abdul, I don't know if you got the question clearly.
Yes, I got a question, but this appears to be like more of a immigration question. But so the point is that if
Okay,
you are,
so before you even answer, let me share this disclaimer here. We are not immigration representatives. We've gone through the process, and the knowledge we have, that is what we are sharing to our followers and listeners. If by the grace of God, someday in the future we become immigration representatives, we will let you know clearly. So please proceed, Ahmed.
what I can share with him is, you have to make sure that, especially for those who have been denied previously, like I mentioned just some few minutes ago, make sure the next attempt should be different from the previous attempt. You go all out in the next attempt. Things that you didn't add, that you yourself you think it is important, it can make a case for you. Please add them. Yes, that are verifiable, that are credible. Never engage in immigration fraud or misrepresentation or misinformation. So previously, probably you added bank statement, but you didn't go to the extent of adding some um, important documents. You can add them, and probably you may get it around this time.
Okay, Calvin, and just a quick one.
Thank you.
Let me also make some additions for you before I take you off. So with the bank statement, if you go to the Government of Canada website, canada.ca, for study permit application, you see it as one of the requirements, and they'll mention that a 4-month bank statement up to date. I would advise that don't use a 4 month, use either a 5 month or 6 month, because there are officer decision notes that are flying out there and GCMS notes whereby people use 4 months bank statements, even though it's stated on their website that 4 months and they got denied. So if you can use a 5 month or a 6 month bank statement, and it should be up till date. If it's printed, let's say a month ago, that is also fine. But don't use a statement which is like 3 months old, 2 months old. Some officers might consider, but looking at the terrain now and the trend, things are getting very strict and tough for Canada because of the immigration caps, the numbers, and a whole lot of issues. So just ensure that you do everything right so that you get a visa approved. And also, it's not only about the bank statement. Where is the money coming from in the bank statement? You have to prove the source. So if the money is from your father's business, you add the business certificate and the ownership document to show that that business is for your father. What shows that that business is truly running? Pictures of the business, maybe recent receipts, recent invoices, tax clearance certificate from the revenue authority, and any other additional document. Your father should write a sponsorship letter signed, and you add a copy of the Ghana card or the passport of your dad. That's the Ghana card front and back. And the signature on the sponsorship letter must tally with what is on the passport or the Ghana card front and back. Then you have to prove relationship that, oh, truly Mr. Mensah is my father. And how can you do that? Adding your birth certificate and your father's birth certificate. So these are some of the ways you can strengthen your proof of funds. And also, just a quick one, you can check my YouTube channel. I have an explanation for proof of funds. Just check the Delali network. There is an explanation on documents to get and how to explain or draft your proof of funds. So check that video out. It has all the information to help you. So Kelvin.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. And the last question too is, sometimes people say the bank balance or the last statement bank balance here should be some kind of amount higher than your cost of attendance. And
Yes.
what range is that?
So
What
the
range?
factor, so the factor is not only your tuition fee. We look at three factors. One, your 1 year tuition fees. Two, your 1 year living expenses, which is fixed for all provinces except Quebec. For all provinces except Quebec is 22,895 Canadian dollars. Then your flight ticket, that one varies. It can be 1,005, it can be 2,000, it can be 3,000, depending on the airline you want to use. So these three things, when you put them together, the total will give you the amount. Then with the total in mind, you know how much you need to cover for your 1 year total cost. So even if your program is 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you need to prove that the funds are available in the account for your 1 year, and you also have to prove how you pay for the subsequent years as well.
Okay, so people be like, oh, it should be 10,000 higher than your cost of attendance, 15,000. So what's
So
the tolerance for that?
I don't want you to use the word cost of attendance. You should use the word total cost, because cost of attendance
Yeah, total cost. Yeah, sorry.
can be, so your total cost, as I mentioned, these three things: your 1 year living expenses, your 1 year tuition fees, and your flight ticket. Put it together. If it's, let's say, 50, if the total is 50,000 Canadian dollars, of course, you cannot bring exactly 50,000 Canadian dollars. Your father has a family to also take care of. Your father has siblings to take care of. So an extra addition to that amount will be very important, so that it will not look like your father is investing about 95% or 100% of his funds in your education and will be left with nothing. Do you get the explanation?
Yes, please.
Come
Get it.
again?
Yes. Yes, I get it.
Yeah. So go and check that video out. Everything has been explained thoroughly, and it will help you draft your proof of funds. Okay. So the next person I have here is Elvis, then Lisbon, then Jadon, then Selassie. So I'll add each of you as I have mentioned accordingly. So let me bring Elvis on board. Elvis, you welcome to TDN. You can go ahead and ask your question because you're live.
Hello, good evening, Sylvester.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Abdul.
Yeah,
Good
good evening.
evening.
Yeah, so mine is actually not a question, but um, I've I've been in your situation before because I know Sly, Sylvester knows I've been denying two times Canada, two times US. Yeah, so I just want to know what was the motive because at a point you feel like giving up.
Yes.
Yeah, because like two countries just rejecting you left and right like that, the money that you've put in, these
Yes.
agents and all that, you understand. So I just want to know what was the motivation, for not giving up after all these refusals from these two countries.
Okay, Elvis. First of all, um, I would want to tell you that never, never be discouraged.
Okay.
And I share your pain. I can feel it. Like I'm tearing now. I can feel it. You have let me recall how I couldn't even recognize my family member at 37 military around that area when I got denied. So when I got denied, I was working and did not even know I was working.
Bro, that was US, I guess.
Yes, that was US, yes. So I worked from the embassy up to 37.
I
So when
think I think I think one day I have to create a live session for people to come and share their denial stories only,
I'm
so that we
Yeah.
telling
can
you,
learn from them.
so Elvis,
That's
when I
true.
got to 37, a family member tapped me, and I was looking at the person. He said, "Hey, Jalilu, it's me, Nuruddini." And I said, "From where?" And he said, "Who need me, Biom?" So please, I please, I share your pain. So the point is that I did tell Sylvester that back at the University of Ghana, I told myself that I'm foregoing all pleasures to pursue a high GPA, and if I'm able to attain that, I know one day I will school outside Ghana.
Okay.
So amidst those denials, what kept me going was that Jalilu, if you back off, it means what you told yourself, you have failed
Yeah.
yourself in life. So do not, because Legon, I didn't have fun. I
Okay.
didn't go to the beach. I didn't participate in a lot of activities that I could have participated. But I did not do all these things
Okay.
just to get my GPA. And I've gotten the GPA and I'm being denied. Can you imagine? So I told myself that the moment I see it, the moment I say that, well, enough is enough, that it means what I told myself some years, I couldn't achieve it for myself.
Yeah.
So it kept it pushed me, it kept me afloat.
Yeah.
I can feel it between 2018, between 2018 and 2023, when I was serving Ghana Education Service.
All right.
If I did not take care, I wouldn't have even gotten back to admission process again.
Yeah.
Sometimes you ask yourself, what is it that I'll be paying this money from?
Yeah. Yeah.
You take a VIP bus, night bus from Tepa
Oh.
to Accra, go to the campus of University of Manitoba. Wait, even without brushing your teeth, you'll be feeling sleepy. You climb up the hill just to go for your transcript and go through all this process. Then embassy says no. What can
Yeah.
you do? So please, never relent. Don't say you've had enough.
Okay.
I I I I I, I didn't even imagine that there will be someone who will also be having four denials. Eh,
I'm telling you, bro.
so please keep pushing.
Yeah.
Pushing, please. Whatever you are trying now, keep trying. Don't.
Okay.
The moment you remove your foot from the pedal, it means you are saying no. No,
Okay.
please. Accelerate. Continue to accelerate. Don't break.
All
Even
right.
when you see the traffic light, just go. Please. Don't break. The moment you break, no, please. So
All
keep
right.
pushing. Don't
Okay.
give up. Do not relent. Your time is like this. Your time is so close. And you land it one day. Trust
Okay,
me.
bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
Elvis,
you, bro.
just a quick one. What's your background, Elvis?
Yeah. So I completed KNUST and I did a bachelor's in publishing studies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
GPA, please.
Come again?
GPA.
My GPA. Hello?
Yes,
yeah.
please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, I've not done for KNUST we deal with CWA.
Yeah. Yes. 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 I don't know
Yeah.
how to.
Was it like an upper or a lower or a first
Yeah,
year?
Okay.
upper.
So,
Oh, okay. Go proceed, Ahmed.
you got denied by US and Canada.
Yeah, the same in 2022 and in 2023.
Um, which program for Canada? Which program? Which school?
Um I think both were for Humber College for project management, and US was Portland State University, and the other one was Park University.
Okay.
Semester
Yeah.
Humber College. No.
Okay. So, um, do you work at the moment?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Currently,
Yeah.
yeah, currently I work with my mom though.
Okay. So, with Canada, looking at the trend now, most officers are looking for continuity,
Okay.
something related to your current career or
Okay.
something related to your previous academic background or qualification. I don't know if when they denied you when you had your GCMS note, the visa officer had issue with that. I don't know if it was stated.
Yeah, most of them was about the finances though. But
Yeah, what of the GCMS note? Detailed, like what did they say?
um the first one, it says like I didn't show source of funds.
Okay,
Yeah, and the second one, the generic thing was you will not leave Canada at the end of your giving, blah blah blah. And the GCMS note was saying something related to funds as well.
okay. So the officer didn't have an issue with the program you were coming to take, looking at your
No,
back.
no.
Okay, so who sponsored you?
Yeah, my mom sponsored me for
Okay,
both applications. Yeah.
what does your mom do?
Okay, so she's a businesswoman who imports like goods outside the country.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So did you like prove the source of funds? Did you prove that the business was active? Did you prove
Yeah.
relationship with your mom?
Yeah, because the first one I would say that it was done by one stupid agent. Sorry for my language though. So he not you like provided all these documents to show source of funds and all that.
Okay,
So because I was not familiar with this whole process, you
okay,
understand? That was when I get to know about the group. And um for the second one, I did it myself. I followed the guidelines and all that. So I was very confident that the second one I was going to get it. But you know, they said I have not done that concerning finances and all that. So I
okay,
just had to, yeah. But I provided everything. I did everything. I make sure that I show source of funds.
okay. So did you try? Was it this year or last year?
The year was last year.
Okay, so did you try doing a reconsideration when you got denied?
No, I never did.
Okay, so when you get denied for a study permit and your officer decision note is in, now they even add it to when they are denying you, they add that letter to it as well. Once you
Okay,
have that letter and you feel the officer was wrong in his or her assessment, you can go for what we call a reconsideration. And you
well,
don't pay any new application fee for a reconsideration. But you draft a letter addressing the reasons that the
okay,
officer has mentioned and letting the officer know that you've tackled all that he has talked about in this area of maybe your statement of purpose, in this area of your proof of funds. These are the evidences. So I'm writing a reconsideration stating that I believe there was an error in the review of my application. And I am kindly pleading that my file be reopened and reassessed again based on this information. And
okay,
sometimes when you do the reconsideration, it ends well. they now turn your refusal to an approval.
All
This
right.
year, I know a couple of people that got their reconsideration approved. I guided
Okay.
some people who did reconsiderations and they got their visas approved. Some
Yeah.
too, I guided them, and still the denial had to stand because still
Mm.
the officer wasn't convinced.
Convinced. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had to do a new application. And also, there is an opportunity for you to go for what we call a judicial review
Okay.
in the courts in Canada. If you are denied a study permit and you think you've done everything right, but the denial was unfair, you can go for a judicial review. And when you go for a judicial review and you win your case, you are given a letter, and then your case file is reopened by a different officer. And eventually, most people who go for JR's judicial review, they end up getting their visa applications approved.
Okay.
Because once the court is able to rule that, yes, truly, the visa officer erred in making a decision and they make the ruling, you might end up getting an approval when the case file is opened by another officer.
All right.
So I'll ask that you don't give up, you give it a shot again. I think you can reach out to me, like, right?
Yeah.
So you can reach out at my free time. We can plan and I'll see how best I can offer my advice. As I mentioned again, I am not an immigration person. I
Yeah.
just help people out there willingly as and when I am free. So that is what I have for you, Elvis. If you want to give it a try again, yeah.
All right. Sure. But my last question is the student permit was, people were getting congratulation message that they have visas, but it's like now I don't see. Is it like now they are not giving visas like they used to give back then, or what is
Okay.
happening?
Okay. So there are a whole lot of immigration plans that they've announced in like last 2 years and even recently in few months ago. The
Yeah.
focus is on reducing the number of international students who are
Okay.
coming to Canada because the Canadian government is currently overwhelmed with the numbers.
Okay.
And also some of other factors such as non-compliance on your study permit and some other things are reasons why all these measures are being put in place, including the huge numbers out there, especially from some countries.
Okay.
But the government cannot come out and say, okay, we are restricting study permits for only this country. So automatically it has to affect study permits or all general study permits. So
Okay.
now the denials are skyrocketing. They are very, very high. But there are still people who are getting their study permit approved.
Okay.
About few months ago, I can confirm that I've picked about, I think, 2 or 3 people at the Winnipeg International Airport who came in
Okay.
this year for the fall 2020
Admission.
program. So, and other people in other provinces as well that are my friends and friends related to other people that I know. Some of them also have their visas approved. It's very tough now. Let me be honest with you. It's very tough getting a visa approval for Canada now. But then
Okay.
they are still issuing visas. So we only have to keep on trying. Once you are not banned, you keep on trying until you get
Yeah.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Sly and Abdul.
You're
I
welcome.
really, yeah, I really appreciate your time. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So the next person that I'm bringing on board for the question and answer session is Lisbon. I can see, let me see, Selassie, the Godfather, Nanaba. Please, I'll be bringing each and every one of you. So just take it easy for us. Yeah, Lisbon, you are live on the Dolali Network. You can proceed and ask your question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sly.
You're welcome.
Uh, Good evening from Ghana.
You're welcome.
Mr. Ahmed,
Yes.
good evening.
Good evening.
First of all, let me appreciate Mr. Sylvester. I can say that he has been uh, one of the major people who have helped me through this journey. And I'm in the course of, putting in applications and the other stuff. And I would like to appreciate him a lot. In fact, wherever that I go, every platform that I have the opportunity to engage with people, I
Great.
make sure I do a deepest appreciation from my heart to those people who are listening to me. In fact, he has done a great job.
That's great.
I must say, he has
That's
done a great job. Sometimes he will be at the workplace, then I'll be testing him. That's like, I need this. Please, can you check this for me?
great.
And anytime I engage with him, he makes sure he gives me feedback. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank him so much. And also, I would like to also appreciate you for your, your story that you have, told us this evening. In fact, it has really inspired some of us. I think I started this journey somewhere 2023
Okay.
when I completed my bachelor degree.
Okay.
I started, but I didn't get admission, and I blame myself because I didn't get that time to put in much effort. Something like the SOP,
Yeah.
even CV, and the rest. So when I met my boss, Delali, Mr. Sylvester, in fact, I've learned a lot. And I
Great.
think I've learned a lot from Peter Baua, Freddy Fett, Festus, and I think, yeah, Professor Isa too. So for me, I don't sleep. Mr. Sylvester knows that for me, I don't sleep. Throughout the night, I make sure I engage with people that come online to teach and give us information about studying abroad. So 24/7, I am
Great.
live. 24/7, I'm live. Even right now, I've moved from my house to the nearby college. I think where I did my national service. I did my national service as a teaching assistant at the
Okay.
College of Education. So I am at the College of Education. I've left the house because I
Wow.
wanted to get, yes, I wanted to get a network connectivity to enjoy this live session. I didn't want to miss this live session, so I
That's
have
great.
to move from my home, from my house. I
Yeah.
think I came with my motorbike, so when I'm done with the live session, I'll go back to the house.
That's
So
great.
anytime I get a notification that Mr. Sly is coming live, I make sure I engage myself and also learn a lot. In fact, some of us we will tell our story one day because we for me, though I've not gotten admission, I've not faced any challenge of denial,
Oh,
but the perseverance that some of us, especially me, I'm going through, I know that one day I will tell my story, and
Sham.
I'll use my story to also motivate others.
Inshallah.
So that is what I want to say. But I think I have a question. I wanted to ask you to if you can share your experience with the application to several schools, especially with the aspect of the application fees. How was the experience? Because sometimes people wish to study abroad, but the application fees is the major challenge, especially those of us who are in Ghana here.
Mm.
Recently, Mr. Sylvester sent me one school that they offer a PhD, and I'm very much interested in it. So I've started with my application. I'm working on the SOP and also trimming my CV. Yes, yeah, he helped me to, put out a good CV. In fact, initially, I didn't know anything about CV preparation. What I knew right then was, just make sure you bring your educational background, your leadership, whatever. But I didn't know if you are applying for a school, you should bring your areas of interest. I mean, research interest, those kind of things. Of late in my CV, I even brought gender, nationality, and those kind of things. But when I met Mr. Sly, he said,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. Those things should be removed. And he helped me step by step do it like this. Sometimes we come live like this. I have some colleagues who we have a common platform with Mr. Sly.
Mm.
Normally, he comes live with us. Then he makes sure he teaches us what we need to do, what we need to put in our CV, a strong CV that can give you a scholarship. And for now, I'm really satisfied to have a competitive CV that when I know that when this CV gets to a professor or admission officer, at least there will be that kind of hope or assurance that no, let me give this guy an opportunity to come and study.
Okay.
So Mr. Sly has done a great job on my behalf. So I wanted you to share your story about the application fee, your experience about it.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
first of all, I admire your spirit for the fact that you have even been you have man up the courage to acknowledge what Sylvester has done for you in public. It shows where you want to get to in life. And on your behalf, I will express appreciation to Sylvester on your behalf for all
Thank
that
you.
he has done. Probably it isn't all that you have even told the public. So, on his behalf, Sylvester, I'll say God bless you and continue to do whatever you are doing to help him. I like that spirit. And for you, for yourself, Lisbon, like I said, I like your spirit because it isn't every human being that will have that sense of remembrance, that will have even the energy to recognize what other people have done for them. There are some people who do something for them and they don't even show appreciation. They don't even what acknowledge what you have done for them in life. So you too, you have done well.
Thank
Now,
you.
back to your question. Look, there is a saying that even when you go for fishing, before you even put the hook into the water, you have to put something on the hook.
Yeah.
If you don't put anything on the hook, you end up not getting any fish. So what to draw? That's the one first so now said draw na no a unya fish in da. Ye di sika na yi sika.
Yeah.
So if you have to think of application fee, then you wouldn't embark on foreign education or international education. So please, I know monies will go in. Like my story, a lot of money, my resources have gone into the application process. All schools that I chose, I paid application fee. All schools I chose, from SDS to South Dakota State University, University of Manitoba, the Commonwealth I did, Mundus I did, that I did. I paid application fees. And even Sylvester, like from past experience, I even did Bowling Green, which I was even about to touch, and you we started even picking people.
Yeah.
I did Bowling Green in 2022 because from past experience, like you asked me previously, why am I concentrating only on University of Manitoba?
Yeah.
So in 2022, I varied the tactics, I
Oh,
varied the approach, I varied the strategy. I applied to Bowling Green State University. So two schools in 2022, one US, one Canada, had admission. Bowling Green said I should wait because they are about to give me funding, but they were delaying. Then I proceeded to Canada. I paid for Bowling Green. I paid for UFM. So please, if you are to be thinking about the money that you are going to put in the area of for application fee, then you wouldn't even do it. Ask yourself how many schools are going to waive application fee for you. Now, mind you, when those schools waive application fees, it means you are going to compete against other applicants like yourself because you all want it free. So let's say they've opened it. Just imagine that this night they say there is an aeroplane that is carrying people from Ghana to Canada free. What will happen? What will happen at Kotoka International Airport? And if they are to say, "Oh, come and pay 1 billion and then enter the plane," or 18 trillion, and how many people can produce 18 trillion?
Mm-hmm.
So you see the difference.
Yeah.
So when there's if you have to be thinking about I have to pay application fee, application fee, they will chop my money. I paid application fee, I paid visa processing fee. You pay to the embassy, you will pay non-refundable, but you have to be driven by your passion. You have to be pushed by whatever you aspire. Today, Sylvester and myself, we were just having a free chat. And among some of the things that we were discussing, we took a stock back. We did a retrospective aspect in our lives. That, hey, 2 years, if we were still to be TT in Ghana, TT. So please, if you want it better, You have to put in a better effort. So please, my brother, as you're about to embark on your journey, let application fee be the least thing that you worry yourself about. By the grace of God, you can even have a family member who can say, "Oh, because of what you are doing, let me pay the application fee for you." We understand. We've been in that situation. My brothers, some have paid for my application fee for me. There are others that I have to pay out of my pocket.
Your even if I remember your senior brother Mahmoud, Sanfo Mahmoud, the
Mhm,
safety engineer at Valley Manitoba Operations.
mhm.
He paid, I think, about 2 applications for me for Canada.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
If I
his investor will tell you that
my
there
time.
has it got to a point that he had to pay something out of his pocket. And it's not only application fee, medicals will come, this will come. So please don't be thinking about the money. It is investment that ask yourself today. When Sylvester and I were having the chat, did we talk about the application fee? We didn't mention the application fee. And it is only God who knows what we are going through now. That we praise God always and on every day. So please never be distracted by those monies, because at the end of the day, if you find yourself being admitted and getting the visa and you get here, the opportunities that will come your way, please, you will never recall those applications fees that you have paid.
So this is also just a special appeal out there. I know that a lot of my colleagues are watching me, including some in Canada or US. If you are attached and you want to come in and support our brother Lisbon and maybe help him pay some of his application fees, the door is open. You can always just reach out to me. You know how to reach out to me already. You have my emails or my contacts. Just reach out to me and let me know that, oh, I want to support Lisbon by maybe paying an application fee for him. And I'll connect you with Lisbon directly for you to give the money to him. Please, I'm not going to take the money and give to him. I'll connect him with you, then you help him out. So if anyone wants to help Lisbon to get an application fee, please, you can just reach out to me and we'll see what we can do. Lisbon, the others waiting for us. So I have to take you off now and bring them. And I appreciate you for appreciating me. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dada.
Yeah,
Thank you. I wanted to add one more question, but I think some people are also
yeah,
behind.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So the next person I'm bringing on board now is Selassie. And before I bring Selassie on board, Shittel McBrown is saying, I like the motivation Abdul is giving. Michael Jani is also saying, great interview. Another person is saying, I am enjoying the section. Yeah, so we have a whole lot of comments. And please, if you have a question and you can't join us, as I mentioned, leave it in the comment section. I'll display it here and I'll ask the question on your behalf so that it can be answered for you. Okay, Selassie, you are welcome live to TDN. Kindly unmute yourself, proceed and ask your question. You can turn on your camera if you wish to.
Well, thank you. Well, good evening from Ghana. Actually, Abdul has answered my question.
Okay.
It has to do with how to carry on after so many rejections and disappointments. Seriously, it really kills the spirit, right?
Yes.
And you get to a point you're like, is this really worth it? Why continue after all these disappointments? Like you said, the day you were working from, after your disappointment working from the US embassy to
Yes,
37,
yes, 237, yes.
Charlie, even if you had an accident, you would have seen the car coming just because of this happen. I can just imagine what you were going through and having experienced similar situations. Honestly, right now, I just decided that, you know what, let me just hold on for a while. Let me see, let me recover. But listening to you now, I feel so motivated. I feel like maybe I should give it one more try,
Yes.
um, and see if it works out. But honestly, brother, if I try again and it doesn't work out, then maybe I may just ditch the the.
And even there are instances where if you don't even take care, you may question your creator. You may question God. Yeah, even
Yeah.
if you don't take care, you may question God. You may ask God, why me? So please take heart. I share your I share your story. I share your pain. I understand. I've been there, and what I can offer you is, please do not give up. You have a reason why you are doing this. You have a reason why you are going through this. Please don't give up. Put in the necessary effort. Continue to put in the needed energy, effort. Back it with prayers. Yes, I'm very prayerful. I'm a Muslim. I'm a devoted
Yeah.
Muslim. I pray at dawn. I pray midnight, deep into the night. I speak to God. So please, back it with prayers, but continue to put in, because there are reasons why they will state reasons why they did not give it to you. Try to
But you know
improve.
it is financially draining, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
it is. Yes, yes. I just told Lisbon. Yes, it is. And if you are to even consider that, then you will even say, "No, I'm not continuing. No, enough is enough." But like I told Lisbon, if it comes into reality for you and
Mm-hmm.
you are able to live, my brother, I'm not in the best of position to be saying some things on air, but
Yeah.
you sit back, get into memory, like continue, try to recount, and you realize that
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it is worth it. Today, next month will be my exactly my 2 years in Canada, and today I
Mm.
was sharing with Sylvester. If I'm to look at certain improvements, vis-a-vis if I were to be a teacher in Ghana for 2 years, from 2023 up to 2025, the
Right.
story would
Yeah.
have been the same. So
Yeah.
please keep pushing. I told Sylvester when I was leaving Ghana, as at 2023, my
Mhm.
how much was my savings? 10,000, 100 million, 100 million, 100. Sylvester was even laughing at me. 100 million. But today, I'm not saying I'm the richest person overseas.
Yeah. But you are better off.
I give praise and
Yeah.
thanks to Allah. So please,
They are even paying you to come and study. They're paying you to come and study. That's
so
the
please,
that's
if
motivation.
if I had given up,
Yeah.
the story wouldn't have been the same. So please do not give up. I understand every bit of situation that you are passing through. I understand you perfectly, and I share your pain. But please do not relent. Don't say enough is enough.
You know, it's quite interesting, right?
Yep.
Because I've for more for a number of months now, I've just tuned my mind off. So when I see Sylvester, right, the Lally network, when I see you posting the links on the platform, like who is this guy? Why are you disturbing my ears? I have seen it all. I've Charlie, that thing is so disheartening and so draining. It's so demoralizing.
I
So I
understand.
was like, brother, so just now, right, I was like, okay, he's posted the link again. Okay, you let me just click on it and then listen to what they have to say. I I I am grateful to God for clicking on this link,
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, mashallah,
and
bismillah.
listening.
So, like I told you, like it's been 12 years, like Sylvester counted. It's been 12 years that I kept pushing, 12 solid years. 12.
Ali.
Yes. And very, you know what? Very some funny stories. My own colleague that I attended the same, we all completed Legon.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. So you know what? I'll I'll keep urging you to keep pushing. Don't relent. Don't give up. Please
Okay.
keep pushing.
Okay.
Don't.
So
That
the truth is, I've not tried applying to any school in Canada before.
Okay.
okay.
Sometimes I feel like the process is too tedious
Yes.
and complicated.
It's not cumbersome.
But
No, it shouldn't be cumbersome for you. Your experiences had to do with US, right?
yes,
No, Canada
US
shouldn't
and
be
UK.
cumbersome for you.
US and UK. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
How many denials for both of them?
Huh. I think two each.
Okay. What's your background? Like, what's your academic background?
Communications. I studied communication at Ghana Institute of Journalism.
Okay. So what are some
Um,
like the programs you're looking at?
well, so I do okay. So I want I used to work as a journalist, right? And
Okay.
I switched to project management also, but still in the media enclave. So I do more of project management for media related. What am I saying? I do media related projects,
Okay.
basically offering trainings and capacity building workshops for journalists,
Okay.
writing opinion pieces, and basically that providing legal support and all that. I work with an NGO, and our focus is on building the capacity of journalists, and
Okay.
so that's what I've been doing for the past 5 years. You see,
From
so I'm
from
trying to
what
look
you are
for
saying,
something
okay.
communication related, information communication, or project management related, any development communication related course. So that's what I've been focusing on, but it seems it hasn't really worked out.
From what you are
Um,
saying, I think your background fits in more for the journalism thing since you are still practicing, like doing the
yeah.
coding aspect of it. And looking at your background, it looks like you have a rich background. It's
Mm-hmm.
now it all depends on how we are going to like craft things, how to
Okay.
brand your resume, your CV to stand out, and how to
Okay.
identify potential schools that have programs in journalism and funding. That is all
Mm,
to do. Yeah. So you can reach out, like you can DM, since we
okay.
are on the same platform. Let's see how best we can plan and maybe put things in place and see what
Right.
God will do for you in your next try or in your next application. Because looking at your profile, what is your you have an upper or lower or a first class?
Upper. Second class upper.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you there is the potential for you provided we will do things right. You can get
okay.
funding for programs like journalism in the USA. Yeah, you can get
Okay.
funded. Yeah,
Okay.
we
So
just have to do things right.
well
Yeah,
then I'll give the opportunity to others to also ask their question, but then I'll
sure,
text you later,
that's
either
fine. No
tomorrow or
problem.
tomorrow, so that we can take it from there.
Okay,
Thank you
sure.
very much, comrades.
You're welcome.
You
Welcome.
should keep up with what you are doing. You are really providing hope to some of us, and we really appreciate what you are doing. You might think that it's a normal business day, but to some of us it isn't. It isn't. You are really providing lifeline for us. Information. This information you are providing, the motivation is really keeping us going, and we are grateful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
I'm taking you off now.
Sure, sir. Sure.
So the next person, we have two more people on standby. Then we can continue to the final aspect of our interview and
Okay.
call it. I can see most of you are leaving comments. You're enjoying the session, so that is why I'm also trying to like ensure that you enjoy it to the fullest. I don't want to cut anything short, so don't worry. The session is still ongoing. So the next person I have here is Nanaba. Then the last person will be Godfather. Then we continue. So Nanaba, you are welcome to TDN. You can unmute your mic and go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Today happened to be my first time on this. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, Nanaba.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Today happens to be my first time on this platform.
yeah. Okay,
I just had the message on WhatsApp, and I decided to join your section.
okay,
Um, Actually, I had admission at Canada and
okay,
US,
okay,
but I think that one was last year in
okay,
Northeastern University. I was trying to apply for the visa process. Then along the line, I had some misunderstanding on their application.
okay.
I realized that their system of application is quite different from US one, because I happen to be a US applicant before.
Okay.
So along the line, they were requesting for a 2 year bank statement. So I was like, how? How on earth am I going to get
That is for
this
the
kind of
Northeastern
document?
in Canada,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you Northeastern in Canada.
yeah. No,
Okay,
Toronto campus.
okay, okay,
So along the line, I couldn't get the kind of bank statement that they were requesting, so I decided to lay low small.
okay.
So I reached out to the school for them to defer my program to the next academic year, which was I think fall 2025.
Okay.
And then I also write to the school that, oh, if they can increase my scholarship for me. And indeed they really help by increasing it by 15%.
Okay.
But yes, still I couldn't get the bank statement. So I went to the portal and realized that if any applicant is applying for fall 2025, they are supposed to pay some amount of money to the global something.
Yeah, I think, is it the tuition deposit?
I saw the tuition deposit. I was issued the in US we call it I-20,
Okay.
but I think in Canada they call it
Provincial
POL,
attestation letter. That's
POL, right?
yeah, provincial attestation letter, the part.
Good. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I couldn't use that one on spring 2025.
Okay.
So during the fall, I wanted to use them. They said I have to pay some amount of money to Canada and to global something Canada.
Okay.
So I wanted to reach out to those whether the statement that they've issued to me is right or it's not right. I wrote to
Yes.
them. I couldn't hear from them, so I decided to quit. But yes, so they have given me updates on my portal and my email that my offer still stands. So I don't know what I should do now.
Okay. So first of all, Northeastern University, both in US and Canada, is a private institution. I think a private university, if I am right. Let me just double check. Northeastern should be Northeastern University. Let me see. Yeah, it's a private institution, both the Canada and the US campus. And honestly, the tuition is very expensive when it comes to master's program, like 25, 28,000. But when you come and ask me, for example, the institution I am in, that money that they are taking for, like, I'm not kind of demeaning the institution, but that 20 something thousand they are taking for like a 1 year fee, that amount can pay my 2 years fees at University of Manitoba, and I'll even be left with about 10,000 or $11,000 out of that 20 something thousand dollars.
Oh, okay.
It's all about priority and research. Mostly private schools are in for business, and the ones that don't have funding opportunities for your program, you would have to pay out of pocket, because you notice that the tuition is very high. Then they'll give you
Sure.
some scanty scholarship or some scanty like this and that. Oh, this is a scholarship. Meanwhile, after the scholarship, you are still left with like 25,000, $26,000 to pay. And you and I know very well that you can't afford to pay that money. So what do you do?
Exactly.
What do you do? You actually look. You can ignore that offer since they are not funding you, and look at other public institutions that have your programs and see if they have funding opportunities available for you. Because most public institutions are subsidized. So when it comes to tuition fees, some of them are less expensive. See, there's a school here in Canada, Memorial University of I think Newfoundland, is in Newfoundland or so. Memorial University. It's one of the schools that have like the cheapest fees ever. For your whole 1 year or 2 year program, you can pay less than $15,000. And it's not as if I'm capping. When you go to their website and you check, you see it there. I have a couple of friends who are schooling in that school, and that is the reality. Tuition is very, very, very low, Memorial University. So even if you don't have scholarship and you use your bank statement or a sponsor's bank statement to apply, you get your visa and you come, you can actually navigate your way through the system and pay that fees. Another example is University of Prince Edward Island. They also have very cheap fees. Another one is University of Manitoba. Another one is University of Toronto. All these schools that I'm mentioning have like cheap fees. So even if for some of their programs, not all actually, but most, for example, when you come to Manitoba, about 80 or 90% of their programs, the tuition is very cheap. So your target should be one, looking for schools that will fund you based on your area of study, or maybe you can resort to what we call educational loans, like the Empower, Prodigy, and the likes, Passage and Co. Provided you want to use an educational loan to fund your education. So that would be my advice for you, Nana.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Empower doesn't have it doesn't sponsor or doesn't give loan to most of the schools, especially the public schools.
This is false because Empower supports 24 universities in Canada currently. And most of these 24 universities are public institutions. If you want, I can demonstrate to you right now and you have a look at the schools Empower supports in Canada.
Okay.
We have 24 public institutions. So let me just Empower Finance, student loans. Let me just share my screen. So this is their website. You just go and type Empower. Then you come to find my school. I think let me see. Get a loan. Go to schools we support. Then network of schools in Canada. So you see US and Canada. So you select Canada. So these are the schools. One, University of Ottawa is a public institution. University of Toronto, public institution. Brock University, public. Carleton University, public. Dalhousie, Lakehead, McMaster, Northeastern, private. Northeastern, private. Simon Fraser, public. Former vice president, I think that's a school. Bawumia. Trent University, University of Alberta, public. University of British Columbia, public. University of Calgary, public. University of Guelph, public. University of Lethbridge, public. University of Manitoba, public. University of New Brunswick, public. University of Saskatchewan is also another school that has cheap tuition for masters and PhD programs, and they have funding for most of their masters and PhD programs as well. Then we have University of Waterloo, public. University of Windsor, public. University of Western Ontario, Western University, public. Wilfrid Laurier, public. York, public. So I've proven to you that the 24 schools listed here, about 90% of them are public institutions, which you can check out and apply to some of them if you want to use a loan to sponsor your education. And with the Empower, they support programs which are no more than 2 years. So a 1 year program or a 2 year program. But then it should be a master's program. If you're applying for, let's say, a certificate program, a graduate diploma, a postgraduate diploma, a graduate certificate, Empower doesn't support this kind of programs. With your bachelor's too, since it's 4 years, initial stages you wouldn't get it. But when you're in your third year, left with 2 years, so your third year, you can apply for the Empower loan because they don't fund programs which are more than 2 years when it comes to some of these Canadian institutions. So if you don't want to look at funding, then your option is going in for an educational loan. So I believe your question has been tackled or answered. There are other people on standby. I would like to take you off and bring them on board as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome, Nana. Okay, then I have two extra people here. Then we can proceed with our discussion for today. You can still share the link. It's not too late. People can join and learn a thing or two from. The Godfather, you are live on TDN. Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question, please. The Godfather, you are live on TDN. Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, I want to appreciate you guys for the work you're doing. And
Thank you.
I would say, actually, myself, this is the first time I'm also partaking in the program.
Okay.
I'm a teacher with 10-year working experience as well in the basic site, and then I have a bachelor of education in IT, information technology from Valley View University.
Okay.
I would say I do have interest in anytime they open the portal for admissions like this. I do a lot of searches, get some schools, and then but But sometimes when it gets to the application process, there are some schools I'm able to pull I'm able to complete this and submit application, just I don't have the mostly those are the ones that waive the application fees and stuff.
Okay.
I'm able to submit. Just that for I don't receive any caller from them as well. But just as the earlier speakers were lamenting about the application fees and other stuff, I think that's all that is uh, how do you call it, preventing us from moving to the schools that do not waive the applications for us. So my confusion is just with the recommendation sometimes. Some of our lecturers, even though we have this uh, relationship with them, when you are requesting for recommendation from them, some are still in school, maybe pursuing their PhD, some are other, they keep telling you, tossing here and there. So
Okay.
sometimes the recommendation aspect will delay to the extent that by the time they even want to respond to you, maybe the deadline has passed, or other stuff. So I actually have interest in cybersecurity, network security courses, or maybe computer science with relation to information technology and other stuff. I have interest in that. I have a CV, a resume that is tailored to that as well, down with the SOP very well tailored. Just that the processes is sometimes that uh, discourages us sometimes.
Are you in any study abroad pages or groups?
Yes, currently I'm in the what do you call it, the education US page.
Okay. And you notice that mostly we share information there. Sometimes we even have meetings for members there. We share the link and we share some one or two information there to help people, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So with the application fee, as my guest speaker mentioned, it is not easy, but what can you do? You just have to still try your best and pay some. The free ones, when they come, apply because it's free. Who knows? You might get in and get a funding, but then try and also do some paid ones. By you paying doesn't mean automatically you are getting in. It has to be very competitive enough for you to get in. And my advice too is that don't focus on only one program. For someone who is in the education sector, you have years of experience or tons of experience, you can diversify the programs you're applying into. You can look at early childhood education, you can look at curriculum and instruction, student affairs and higher education, masters in education, what again, disability education, teacher education, like anything related to education. Because sometimes you're focused on only the cybersecurity or the data science, you might not get a
Yeah.
funding. But looking at these related education programs, they are mostly funded when it comes to some of the schools in the US. So it is your goal to identify the right school and use the right strategy. And on the platform that we have, you can always reach out to any of the administrators to offer their inputs if you are confused about something, to seek for advice, and you'll be fine. Because you're even lucky that you're on the platform. There
Sure.
are people who are not on the platform and they are not getting the necessary information. But once you are there, trust me, keep on putting in the work, seek for the necessary counsel, and you'll be good to go. Okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much for
Yeah.
coming in.
That's fine.
Okay. So let me
Cheers. Yeah.
bring the next person I have here. That is Miss Bao. That is the last person. Then we can finalize our interview. Miss Bao, we are live on TDN. Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Yeah, Miss
Yeah,
Bao.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Loud,
hear.
loud and clear.
Yeah, I'm not here to ask questions. I'm here to follow the proceedings. So if you have anything that you can say, I'm just here to follow the proceedings because I've
Okay,
been
please,
following you guys
please, where are you?
on. You said?
Please, where are you? Are you in Ghana or like
No, we've talked several times with you, but we
that is
on
that
WhatsApp.
is that is why I'm asking. When I saw the name was familiar.
Yeah, I'm in Canada and I'm in the Newfoundland. let me be precise, in Corner Brook, to be precise.
Oh,
Yeah. So
okay.
yeah.
So, would you like to say something to our listeners and our followers out there? We have about 50 plus people listening now. Would you like to share something brief with them before I
Yeah, of
continue?
course. Following you and uh, from all sort of information that you've been giving out has been very much helpful, and I really like to appreciate you in all manner of ways that I could. And to those that they are listening, uh, there is one thing that maybe you yourself you have forgotten. It was through you, through the information that you shared with me, that I got here, because I first applied and I got denied. I
Okay.
was then uh, talking to people, and somebody linked me to you. So we talk whilst back we all were what is it, in Ghana. So since then, I've been a constant member of the page, the WhatsApp page, the what is it, the other
I think Telegram.
Telegram too. Yeah. So I've been following you throughout, and it's just an encouragement for people to for them to be following you and to be adhering to whatever you have been saying or you keep saying. And really, for me, I've seen the effect of it. So after the process of the reapplication, everything was successful, and I'm now here and I'm done with school, and so we are just in the process of the next level. Let me put it that way.
Okay, that is the postgraduate work permit.
Yeah.
Okay. What school did you study in?
CNA,
That's
College
College
of the North,
of
College
Atlantic.
of the North Atlantic,
Okay. What program?
GIS application specialist.
Oh, okay. You pull out the geography people.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. It's nice talking to you. And I think one of these days I have to bring you on board as well so that you come and share your experiences if that's okay with you.
For sure, since it will help the masses.
Okay. Then we'll link up backstage and we'll schedule something.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you too.
Okay. Okay, so I think we've spent much time in the question and answer session, so we should be wrapping up in like 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so how has the journey been so far in Canada? When you watch back, the good and the ugly, in all, what do you have to say?
Um, it's been a mixed feeling. First of all, I have to express a profound gratitude to my Creator, the Almighty Allah. I thank Allah for where He has taken me through in life. Um, the journey from 2012 up to 2023 was not easy. It was tough, but I I appreciate God for not letting me break away from what I had envisioned for myself. I appreciate God for being there for me all the time amidst all the challenges that I encountered, that I endured in the course of coming up to this level. When
Okay,
I arrived in Canada, like I said, next month will be exactly 2 years in Canada. When I arrived, the beginning wasn't easy. I got here in winter, and whoever has experienced winter before will tell you the sort of weather that you are about to face or you will go through. Allah guided us. We went through winter in the midst of all the challenges that come with winter. Got here on the issue about job. Getting a job wasn't easy. You put in applications, all sort of reply. Some you wouldn't even get a reply or a response. We did not relent. we did not give up. We continued to chase. We kept chasing until we got one. And we've been through and through out these processes, attending class, working on campus, searching for job. Hasn't been easy, but we've managed to go through the entire process and we are still even going through. So, I would say the experience over here is much better as compared to what we used to have in Ghana. For that, I would say it's
Okay.
an improved one as compared to what we were facing back in Ghana.
Okay.
Overall, it's been challenging, but we've had fun in the going as well. Yeah.
Okay. So are you here alone, or you've been able to bring your family?
I'm here with my wife and two boys.
Two
I have
strong boys.
come again.
Two strong boys.
Yeah, two strong, two strong boys. So I say hi to them, my wife, and my two boys. Yeah, I say hi to them. I'm here with them.
Okay. So is it because of you getting your study permit that is why you were able to bring your family on board?
Yes,
Okay.
it's because I
And
got a study permit, and
what is the status of your wife?
my wife is on work permit.
Okay. And what of the kids?
They are on visitors
Okay.
because they are not up to school going age. Yeah.
Okay. So as you can hear, due to he getting an approval for Canada, he has been able to bring his family. His wife came here and is on an open work permit, allowed to work any number of hours that she can in this country. And the kids are also here on a visitor's visa because he mentioned that they have not attained the school going age yet, which is 5 years or above. So if your kids are 5 years or above and you're applying, you have to apply for a study permit for them. But if they are below 5 years, you apply for a visitor's visa. So that is what he did exactly. Was it easy bringing them, or it was difficult? If you can just give us a brief summary.
Well,
You've spent so much time already.
their processes, I can't compare their process to that of mine.
Okay.
If I'm to juxtapose, I may say mine was some way somehow difficult than them because mine prolonged, but theirs they didn't as compared to my I the number of months that I waited for my decision from um, immigration. So if I juxtapose the two, I would say theirs weren't all that challenging as compared to mine.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just trying to find the information on the open work permit so that I'll share it on our screen for people to have an idea about how that process works, because people are watching us now and they may like to come and study in Canada and bring their spouses. So let me just share this tab quickly. Let me see. So good. If you want to come and study in Canada with your family, it's possible. And when I say your family, your spouse, your kids, you can add all, maybe your girlfriend. In Canada, it's not called girlfriend; they call it common law partner. But to qualify for common law, you should have been in a relationship for 1 year or more and have other things added. The relationship of 1 year or more only doesn't qualify you for the common law. So let's take note of that. Good. So help your spouse or common law partner work in Canada. So if you are applying to Canada for a master's program, it should be what? A master's degree of 16 months or longer. So even though when you come and do a 1 year master's here and a 2 year master's, at the end of the day, both of you get a 3 year PGWP. A 1 year master's program, you don't qualify to bring your partner on an open work permit. Your partner can only visit you with a visit visa. You can apply for a visit visa for your partner. But if you are coming to study a master's program, which is 16 months, that is 2 years or more, you can bring your partner on an open work permit and your kids as well on a study permit or a visitor's visa. You can actually do the application together, or you can do yours when you are approved and you come and start your education, then you apply for your family members to come and join you. Also, for an open work permit, when you are studying in any PhD program, studying in a doctoral program, you can bring your spouse. Now, when it comes to undergraduate programs, at first, it used to qualify like the graduate certificate programs, postgraduate diploma programs, um, graduate diploma programs. They used to qualify, but now things have changed. So, 2 years master's program or 16 months master's program or more, or a PhD program, or one of these professional programs for the undergraduate level. So, one, Doctor of Dental Surgery, Bachelor of Law or Juris Doctor, Doctor of Medicine, Doctor of Optometry, Pharmacy, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Nursing Science, Bachelor of Nursing, Bachelor of Education, Bachelor of Engineering. So if you're not coming for a master's program, which is 16 months, or a PhD program, and you're coming for any of these professional programs that I've highlighted here, then you qualify to bring your spouse on what we call an open work permit. Your kids can also join you on either a study permit or a visitor's visa, depending on their age. So that is one of the good things about bringing your spouse to Canada. Because when you look at a country like, I think, the US, I heard with the F2, legally you are not allowed to work. I don't know how true that is, but that is what I heard. But I've not done much research to see if that information is true or not. So please, if you want to apply to Canada, consider these professional programs, or if you have a bachelor's already, consider a 2-year master's program. But if you don't have a partner, you can come and study a 1-year program here so that you'll be done quickly, get your 3 years work permit, and work towards getting your PR or your permanent residency. So that is the little information I wanted to share concerning the open work permit for family members who are coming to study in Canada. Okay, then I think I have another question here which I would like to take quickly before I wrap up. Philemon. Philemon is asking a question. Please, when you apply for a study permit, how long does it take? It's been 10 weeks now. The status shows background verification in progress. You guys are doing a great job. Okay, so let me answer that quickly. Philemon, with the study permit application, we have what we call estimated processing timelines. And I think currently, let me share this. Currently, the estimated processing time for visiting, studying, working. So you select study permit from outside Canada. Which country are you applying from? Ghana. Then you click on get processing time. Currently, as you can see here, is 16 weeks. They updated this just yesterday, 12th November. The processing time is 16 weeks. So it doesn't mean that exactly these 16 weeks they'll get back to you. Sometimes even before the 16 weeks time, they'll get back to you. Sometimes after the 16 weeks, you will still not hear from them. The processing time are estimated. Whatever you see on their website is estimated. As and when they are done with reviewing your application, you hear from the officers. But if your application has exceeded the estimated processing time currently, you can send what we call an IRCC web form to follow up to let the officer know that your application has exceeded the estimated processing time, and you'll be very glad if they can expedite the processing of your application because your school date is getting closer and you need to hear from them so that you can plan before the time is due. So if it has exceeded the processing time, please send a web form. If I've not exceeded, please just wait patiently, and once they are done, you hear from them. So, Mr. Ahmed,
Yeah.
what are your final thoughts? What is your final advice for everyone listening to us out there before I wrap up the session?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. First of all, I have to express appreciation to you, Sylvester, for all that you've done for me. Um, People watching us at this time, if you are watching us and you are still in school, then what I want to offer to you is that you have the opportunity to write your own story. You have the opportunity to make things good for yourself. Um, be good, study well, pursue the GPA. Make sure, even if you decide to have fun on campus, that is your choosing. But my point is that at the end of the day, you have to make sure you end up with good grades so that you will be able to get a good GPA, especially if you want to pursue international education, if you want to school beyond the shores of Ghana, beyond the territories of Ghana, please make sure you put in the maximum effort on campus. You get a good GPA. Like I said, I'm not defining what is good for you. I know what is good for me. So I'm not going to define that. But all that I am pinpointing, I'm hammering on is that please ensure that you get a good GPA on campus before you graduate. Now, for those of us who have graduated and are pushing for international education, please don't relent. Those of you who have faced several denials like myself, please do not give up. Continue to put in the energy, continue to put in the effort. One day, you will smile, reflect, and then say, your efforts did not go unaccounted. Yes, at the end of the day, you smile one day, take a stock of your life, and you'll be prouder of yourself. So keep pushing. Don't say US have denied me, Canada have denied me, I've been denied by UK, so I'm giving up. What? Maybe the opportunity is in the Scandinavian countries. Have you tried Norwegian universities? Have you tried Finland? Have you tried other universities? No, you haven't. So why are you giving up at this point in your life? Do not. You have a lot of time to rewrite your story and then make amends for yourself and for your generation. Because today, whatever I'm achieving, you can see it's having a trickle down effect, having an effect on my family as well. If I had given up, then it means it would have been a different story. So please keep pushing. Do not back off. Do not say enough is enough. No, until you get what you want. And hopefully, one day you shall get it. And also, I want to tell people watching us this time around that Canada offers a lot, and we appreciate Canada a lot for all that they've done for us. So they offer a lot to people. So if you have the intention of coming to Canada, please put in a strong application, and probably the doors will open for you. And also, I want to express appreciation to my wife, Abiba, my case, Saha, and Farid, my cousin and his wife. I appreciate you guys a lot. Um, I did not seek their consent to mention their name, so that's why I'm using my cousin and
Sure,
his wife.
sure.
Yes, I appreciate you a lot. You know yourself. Please, I appreciate all that you've done for me. I remember in winter, I lost my key. Yes, I lost my key, and the temperature was minus 30 in Winnipeg. You bailed me out. It was you that saved me on that night. For that and many other things that you've done for me, I'll say Allah continue to bless you. My parents as well, my mother, my brothers, Ibrahim, I appreciate all that you've done for me. My professor, Professor Asuma, Prof, I salute you. May Allah continue to bless you. When I felt dejected, you came into my life and you gave me the needed support and the needed encouragement to pursue, to learn and have good grades because the future will continue to be bright for us. So, Prof, thank you so much. I have a brother who is also watching, Mr. Ibrahim Abubakar of Formina Amas. You are a brother to me. I was handling CRS, he was handling IRS. So I
Okay,
was teaching Christian religious studies, he was teaching Islamic religious studies. We
okay.
we did everything together. He's a brother to me. Kramo, thank you so much. Sylvester, I've mentioned your name already. Still, I appreciate you a lot. May Allah bless you. And to engineer, may Allah bless you as well. Sanfo, I'm talking about. Juliet, I appreciate you as well. I appreciate everyone having an impact who have had an impact one way or the other. Even if you've given me water to drink, I appreciate. Even not water, you giving me something valuable like an advice. Everything you've
Yeah.
impacted in my life, I appreciate you as well.
Okay, okay. That's very great. So, all those people listening to us out there, he's appreciating you for the good works you've done in his life. So, before we go, just a quick one. If you're interested in studying in France, you don't need an agent. I have a video recorded there. It was a session that we held with some colleagues in France. They explained the school application process. And we had another session which we demonstrated practically on how to apply for your France student visa without an agent. Those two videos are right under the Lali network. Please find the link there, watch those videos, and apply in case the US or the Canada is not working, because you can start from France and still get into US or Canada. So if you're interested in France, just check this flyer out and the other one for the school application. Also, if you are in Canada and you want to send some funds back home to your loved ones, just download the Lemfi app, and zero transfer fees actually. And when you use the referral code ARABEE, ARABEE, and you send $100 or more, you get $20 cash back. If you don't want this, what else do you want? You send $100 or more. Once you use that referral code, you get $20 cash back. At least $20 can be used to pay your phone bill, can be used to buy your gas for a week. So if you are in Canada, please download this app, the Lemfi app. Use the referral code there, Arabi, and send money to your loved ones back home and get this discount. Also, if you're in the US, the same app, Lemfi, download zero transfer fees. Use the referral code Arabi, ARABEE, and when you send $100 or more, you get $20 cash back. So please, let's try our best and download the apps as well. Our folks actually need some funds back home, so let's try and support them. Okay, I appreciate all my listeners and followers out there. It's been
Yes.
close to 3 hours of a great and insightful discussion, and I love the way you guys said you really love this session. Hopefully, next week, same time at 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. GMT, we'll bring another guest. We are just doing this for everyone to come and share his or her story. And if you're out there listening to me and you willingly want to come and share your story from any country at all, please just text me, get in touch with me. We will schedule a meeting and I'll bring you on board for you to come and share your story. Because who knows, your story might motivate someone to also not give up and keep on pushing until they win. And before you leave me, kindly visit my YouTube channel, the Delali Network. Hit on the subscribe button. Also, we have a lot of content there. How to apply for your study permit, how to apply for schools practically, how to send cold emails, how to look for schools in various countries. All those videos are there. And the success stories of people, we've also had these recorded interviews and they've been posted there. Please, all that the Delali Network needs from you is your support to help the channel grow. And in case you need assistance with anything in exception of money, you can always reach out or text me and I'll see how best I'll be able to offer my advice or the little knowledge that I have, because in this study abroad journey, we are all trying to help everyone get here. And our mantra is do it yourself. All the people I bring on board here, you hear them telling you their story that I did it myself, I didn't use an agent, I did it myself. You don't need an agent to be able to travel abroad. Once you study and you learn about the process, you'll be able to do everything yourself. So I'll call it a good day, a good night, a good morning from wherever you are watching me from. And see you same time next week. I'm signing out. Take care. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye.
Bye.